everybody. Good day. And thank you so much, thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, today is the day that the Lord has made. So, what does this mean? Let's just rejoice and be glad in it. Let's just enjoy life. Yes, there are troubles. Yes, there are tribulations, and one may say, "I'm having so much issues all around me right now." How are you even? How can you even say let's enjoy life? You might be enjoying. You got no issues. Everything is rolling perfectly for you, but for me, everything is going upside down. Um, no, that's not the case. I mean, logically speaking, every single person on this planet has issues of their own. The more resources they have does not mean the easier their life is. It doesn't mean at all. Sometimes it means the harder their life is. The harder, not easier, harder their life is. The more authority somebody has, it doesn't mean that their life is easier. Could be harder life. Like, see? This person. Up there. His life was hard. His life was extremely hard. Why? Because he had a lot of authority. Like, I mean, in Muslims' head, Muhammad supersedes in authority over the Messiah himself. Think about it. The only prophet that ever superseded the Messiah, according to Islam, or maybe not even according to Islam, but according to Muslims, is Muhammad. Nobody else was successful. Even a prophet like Moses, he prophesied that Messiah is coming. And he commanded full obedience to the coming Messiah. Even prophet like Moses, even prophet like David that wrote the Zabur, he himself too, and Moses, by the way, he wrote the Torah. Zabur, David, he himself too, he said, kiss the Son, kiss that coming Messiah. Why? Lest his anger be aroused, then you be out, you be done, you be destroyed. So, greatest prophets all pointed to the Messiah. But there's one, self-proclaimed prophet called the Messiah. I mean, sorry, not the Messiah. The Muhammad. The self-proclaimed one. Messiah is not the proclaimed one. He's actually the anointed by God. But the self-proclaimed one, the Muhammad. Yeah. He acknowledged that Jesus is the Messiah. But it looks like Muhammad, he simply didn't understand what Messiah means, what the term means, what that word means. He simply did not understand. Why? Because if you're a Muslim, you're watching right now, okay? What is the meaning of Messiah? Please explain according to Islam. Give me a definition of Messiah, what Messiah means. And I'll post your definition up on the screen and we can talk about it. But what is the definition of Messiah? What does it mean? What does that word mean? Yes, I understand the special one, the one and only. I understand all those things, but okay, what does it mean? Does he have ultimate authority? Is he trash? Is he the strongest one? Is he the king? Is he the ruler? Is he a homeless dude? Who is he? Let me know. But for now, let's jump in prayer. Let's ask God to bless our hangout. Oh, why not? Internet. Let's hang out even on the internet. Big deal. Anyways, Almighty God, we come to you in the almighty name of Jesus. And as always, thank you so much. Thank you so much, our Heavenly Father. Thank you so much for you and every single thing that you have done. Thank you so much for your goodness, your kindness, your love, your mercy, and your grace. Lord, who you are is purely amazing. You are perfect in all of your ways. And Lord, I'm amazed that you always know exactly what you're doing. You literally know exactly what you're doing. There's no doubts crossing your mind. No, not at all. But every single thing that you're doing, with your perfect foreknowledge, you already know what you're doing. Thank you so much for who you are and the things that you're doing, because Lord, you are good. You are good. Thank you for Jesus and the things that Jesus has done on the cross to save us, to redeem us, to rescue us, to give us that new life, that spiritual birth, that is so awesome. Lord, thank you for that. And I do pray, Lord, well, bless all of us. Bless me, bless the viewers, bless the people that will be chatting in, bless the people that will be calling in. Just bless our hangout. And help all of us. Just let's talk. Let's talk about what is the truth. Give us wisdom. Give us open mind. Give us open ear, open heart, so that all of us would just genuinely seek what the truth is. In the almighty name of Jesus, I pray this. And Lord, I also ask you for wisdom. Help me personally. Help me to understand what people are saying. Help me to, well, have a proper response. Lord, please. You know that I need help in this because I don't have all knowledge. I don't have all wisdom. But you do. So help me to listen and understand what you want me to say. And to you alone be all praise and glory and majesty. Oh, you are good, 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 good. Amen. Well, thank you so much. Bro running. Hey, Captain Style. Okay, so we are running all over the place already. Hey, dudes. We're running all over the place. Let's see here. This is a good one, bro. This is a good one. This is a good one. Sir, what's the difference between Islam and Muslim? Islam says one thing. Muslim twists what Islam is saying. I would align Islam to Quran. You know, Islam, Quran. Boom. One thing. But Muslim is the twister of Islam or the twister of Quran. That's as simple as I can put. Because of this, there is the Islamic dilemma. If there would be no twisting, there would be no dilemma. But since there's, hey, I confirm, says, Muhammad, I confirm. What do you confirm? I confirm what Jesus taught. Okay, let's see how you confirm. Let's hear what you're saying. And then Muhammad says, Allah has never beget anyone. Oh, and he was never begotten. Oh. You go like, hey, are you sure? Dear Muhammad, are you even sure that's what Jesus taught? Like, bro, are you even sure that's what Jesus taught? And Muhammad would be like, oh yeah, I'm confirmed. I'm a prophet of God. I confirm. I was like, Muhammad, have you ever read the Injil? Have you ever read the Injil? And Muhammad goes like, oh, bro, I am illiterate. I'm proud and educated. I barely know how to talk. What do you want me to read and write? Are you crazy? I know, no. No. But I'm from Allah. That's I confirm that book. Like, bro, dear Muhammad, how can you confirm if you never read it? Simple, logical answer. Question. Simple, logical question. Bro, Muhammad, how can you confirm something? How can you confirm a document when you never even read the document? You literally are self-contradicting. Bro, Muhammad, you're literally self-contradicting. You're confirming what you have no knowledge. What's written in the document. Muhammad, be careful. If you make a mistake, if you go opposite of what the document says, you destroy your own prophecy. Be careful, Muhammad. Make sure you know what you're talking about. If you claim you confirm, make sure you know what you're talking about. Because if you do one slip, if you change one little thing that the Messiah said, bro, Muhammad, you go kaboom! You're out. You're literally out of the game. You're out of the game. Be careful. Why, Muhammad? Well, here is what your own Allah says. I'm just explaining what's the difference between, the Islam and the Muslim. Here is what your own Allah says. Muhammad, listen very carefully to what your own Allah says. Because we don't want you to make a mistake. We don't want you to make a mistake. One mistake, and you're out of the game. You're literally out of the game, Muhammad. So make sure you know what you're talking about. Before you can claim, you confirm. Logical, valid thing. Maybe read the documents. Literally sit down, open up, and read the document. Read that. That's what is with them. Read the document. It's right there with them. Just go to school, learn, and then read the document. Before you claim that you confirm anything. Logical thing to do. Read. But hey, he was too proud to be illiterate. And this verse in Quran, chapter 3, verse 81. Dear Muhammad, you have to be careful because look at this covenant your own Allah has made with the prophets. Just look. When Allah made the prophets enter into the covenant, saying, if I give you a book and wisdom, so there's going to be a book that will be given by Allah, a book, okay? Book. Remember, a book and wisdom. Then comes to you a messenger. Then Muhammad, you are coming along. Muhammad, you're coming along, and you're saying that you're a prophet. Look, verifying. Make sure, Muhammad, you verify. Make sure you verify. Because if you don't verify, you're out of the game, Muhammad. You're out of the game. You're not in the line of prophets if you don't verify. So make sure. Make sure. But before you can verify, Muhammad, please go to school. Please go to school. Please be logical. Please use your common sense. Hold on. Do you have any? Hold on. That's beside the point. But please use common sense. Go to school. Learn to read. Then pick up the book and make sure you're verifying that book. I just remembered something. Before we continue on with the story, I got to enable. Oh, by the way, let me just throw this out there. A little short break. Technical advertisement before we continue on with the story. So the first thing I want to throw out there is if you got a question or a claim, you're welcome to put it in the comments. And then I will be looking over the comments. Yes, and I'll try to address it. That's the first option. I'm just, enabling the studio room. Hold on a second. The second option is I pinned a comment. In the comment section, you'll find a pinned comment, and also in description too. Right in the beginning of description of the live stream, you'll find a link. That link will take you to a website where we have our studio room, and then I'll be able to bring you up on stage. And please, Muslim, help me to understand this. Help me to understand. How does Islam actually work? I'm trying to understand. But there's there's a logical hoop right here, logical hole right there. That, I kind of walk, and fell into this Islamic logical hole. And then maybe somehow get out. Maybe not stuck. But hey, let's get out of here. Then you continue to walk, boom, there's another logical hole. fell in that one too. How does Islam work? Like, what is Islam? What is a Muslim? How does all this work? You read the Quran, you end up being all over the place. Like me, I read the Quran and I'm like, confirm, deny, go against, confirm, then fight, then, hold on a second. Was Muhammad fighting against the prophets or confirming them? So how does all this work? Because look, let's jump right back. Oh no, hold on. Before we jump right back into our story, the last advertisement is like the stream. You're simple. I can attract somebody to the stream. YouTube will just present the stream to somebody. They will come to the stream, and maybe God's gonna do something in their hearts through the things that they will hear. Maybe there's gonna be a conversation that they never had in their lives yet. Just maybe. But it's your like that can actually make this happen. So press the like and subscribe to the channel. Right? Hey, let's hang out in the future. And before we get to the story, let me. No, hold on. We need to finish the story because we need to address this question: what is the difference between a Muslim and Islam? What's the difference? So, Muhammad, please, Muhammad, before you say that you confirm the Torah and the gospel, make sure you know how to read. Just make sure. Please, Muhammad. Just go to that school. Don't be so stubborn. Just go to that school. Just go to that school. It's not that hard. Why? Because, you know...
I confirm the Injil. I confirm the Injil. I confirm the Injil. I confirm the Injil.
Because of this. Just go to that school. Don't cause people issues in their life. Just go to that school. Learn to read. Pick up that Injil that is with them and read it. Because you need to verify. You need to verify that what is in that book that's given by God. You need to verify. You literally have to verify. Because if you're not verifying, well, let's see. If you are verifying, then this happens. So what are we verifying? We are verifying what is with you. So there's a book. So what is with you? It's very simple too. There's a book that is with them. What is with you? That is with them. Yeah. What is with them usually would mean that they have it in their hands, and like, you know, they can pick up the book. They can you know, change the pages. They can read what it says in the book. Like, simple. There's a book that is right before their eyes. The book is as real as it gets. It could be on parchment. It could be on whatever. But it has letters imprinted on whatever. And people are able to read those letters, make the sounds, and understand what those sounds make. You understand? Why do we need to dummy everything down? Let's dummy everything down. Make it as simple as possible. There's a book that is with them. Okay? And so verifying what is with them. Now, look. If Muhammad actually verifies what is with them, look what you and I are commanded. You shall have to believe in him. So if Muhammad verifies what is with the Christians, you know, the gospel, if Muhammad verifies the gospel, then me as a Christian and, you know, all of us, we must have to believe in him. Oh, and we have to support him too. Not just believe, but also to support him. Why? Because all of us would be advancing the kingdom of God as a group. But there's an if. Dear people, there's an if. Then, conditional statement. Then comes to you a messenger. He has to verify what is with them. He has to. He has to. If he does, he gets belief and support. If he doesn't, then by default, he is a false prophet. So now, Quran, Islam, says it confirms the gospel. Confirms. But when we actually compare the Gospel and Quran together, we see that Quran outright is fighting the Gospel, especially Jesus Christ. Of all the prophets, Jesus Christ, the Messiah, is the prime target for replacement, of course. Like, Jesus, pew, get out, not your spot. Muhammad takes the spot. Why? Because he's the last one. He's the seal of the prophets. So obviously, the seal of the prophets gets the authority, even to override what Messiah taught. But anyways, let's continue. Muslim is a person who's trying to make sense of Islam. They're trying to apply logic into Islamic dilemma. And when they're applying logic to Islamic dilemma and they are actually explaining how Islamic dilemma logically makes sense, that's where we hear a lot of yes, no's, maybe so's. I have no clue. It's all around the place. Metaphor, real, blah, blah, blah. I have no clue. I'm just lost in it all. That's what we hear back. That's Muslim. A person who's trying to explain the dilemma that Muhammad has left them with. They're trying to logically understand, explain. And usually, the explanations of the Muslims go against the Quran and actually against God himself. Like, think about this. In order for a Islamic dilemma not to exist, a Muslim has to by default claim that the Gospels are corrupted. Okay, he has to claim this. If the Gospels are corrupted, then Quran came to restore the Gospels. Everything makes sense, and the Quran is from God. Blah 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 blah. But a person has to have nerve. Literally, the person has to have nerve to say, especially the person that belongs to God, has to have nerve to say that God's word can be corrupted 3 out of 4 times. Okay. God the all-powerful Almighty. His word got corrupted 3 out of 4 times, according to a Muslim. He kind of, is a failure. Now, if he failed 3 times, the Torah, Zabur, and Injil, just logically thinking, can I trust this in the Quran? Like, look. Can I trust this in the Quran? Dear Muslim, if this Muhammad's Allah keeps unfailing to protect his own revelations, can I trust this in the Quran? Something is off. Like I'm trying to apply logic to to Islam. Real logic, common sense, but kind of hard. Look, Quran 6:115. The word of your Lord is perfect in truth and justice. None is there to change his words. Who can change the word of God? The word of the Lord, who can change? Well, according to a Muslim, notice this, according to a Muslim, scribes 3 different times were able to change 3 different books. That's according to a Muslim. According to Islam, according to Quran, none can change. So that's the difference between this. Before I'll run. Already. Oh, right there. Sir, what's the difference between Islam and Muslim? Muslim is the one that has to say that the Gospels are corrupted. They have to. But Quran clearly, from multiple angles, point to the fact that no, Gospels cannot be corrupted. They can't. But Muslim, so Islam is Islam. If Islam, Quran, no, Gospels cannot be corrupted. Muslim, yes, they are corrupted. Why? Because when one applies logic to Islamic dilemma, yeah, that's what happens. They end up going against their own book, against their own God. I've seen this over and over and over again. I don't really know why I'm noticing this. I have no clue. But I've seen this over and over and over again. Okay, so that's the so my deceitful and disorders. Okay. Oh, me? Did I Google all of this? No, bro. No. Look, the corruption, if anyone says, especially a Muslim says that Gospels are corrupted, I like that. I like that because, I mean, I stop right at that point. When I hear that, I stop focusing on man and what man can do and what men have done. I just zone out from man. Why? Because I instantly want to know about this Muhammad Allah. I instantly want to know about this Muhammad Allah. And one thing that I want to know, if he is almighty, all-powerful, according to a Muslim. According to Quran, I see that none can corrupt his word. But according to a Muslim, I just want to see how they talk about Muhammad's Allah. I see how Muhammad spoke about his Allah in Quran, but how is a Muslim gonna say? Will their God kind of look like a failure, honestly speaking? Is he okay with, when his word get corrupted 3 times, he does nothing about it at all? Is he okay with that? I mean, are y'all okay with having God whose word keeps on getting corrupted? Are you okay with that? Are you, like, dear Muslim, are you okay with a religion that has corrupted scriptures? And 3 out of 4 scriptures are corrupted. 3 out of 4 documents are corrupted. Like, are you okay with that type of religion? Do you feel confident in that type of God? That's like literally my instant reaction to the point that the Gospels are corrupted. My instant reaction. Like, Gospels are corrupted. If you say the Gospels are corrupted, number one thing that you're doing, bro, is you're actually going right here against, just read the Quran yourself. Just read. None is there to change. What is change? Change is when the diaper's full, you take it off and you put a new one on. That's called change. Okay? None is there to change his words. In other words, the word of God will never come to a piece of peep that it needs to be changed. It will always stand ground, no matter what age, even according to Muhammad's Allah. That's what Islam says. But Muslim, they have to, once they apply their logic when they try to make Islam logical, that's when they end up changing the words of Muhammad's Allah. Okay, so we've been running, maybe running. Oh, look. Ibnu. Okay, if the gentleman comes back, the one who asked me about Prophet Isa, you tell him that my sheikh told me that all the prophets prayed towards the Kaaba. Are you serious? All the prophets prayed towards Kaaba? Ooh. Okay, let's actually see. According to Imran, verse 96. What is Imran? It's 396. All the prophets prayed towards the Kaaba. Indeed, the first house of worship established for mankind was that at. Do you see it? No. Right here, let me. Okay, established that at uh, Mecca, blessed and a guidance for the world. Um, I do not really know how to tell y'all, but Abraham never made it Mecca to start with. I'll just throw this out there and just leave it for now. Somebody wants to talk about it, we can. But Abraham never made it to Mecca. Ishmael, sure. That's exactly where he went, down south, from where Abraham was at when he was sent out by Abraham. When Abraham kicked them out, boom. Yes, Abraham kicked out Ishmael when Ishmael was 13 years old. Sad news, but that's what happened. That's what Torah tells us, that Ishmael got kicked out. Why? Because God actually confirmed that yes, Abraham should let him go, and that promised child is Isaac. That's why Abraham let Ishmael go. And Ishmael did go down south. He went down south. And sure, he probably reached Kaaba or Mecca and blah 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 blah. Whatever he built there, that's what he built there. But according to the Torah, the next time when Ishmael saw Abraham is when Isaac and Ishmael were burying Abraham. So Ishmael has not seen his dad alive ever since he was sent out by Abraham. And Ishmael, according to the Torah, was only 13 years old when he was sent out. And he has not seen his dad ever since, except for when Ishmael and Isaac buried Abraham. That's the next time when he saw Abraham. So number one, Abraham never made it to Mecca. That's just a side note. That's number one. Number two. Let's just read here. Let's just read here. Okay, so indeed, the first house of worship established for mankind was at this place, blessed and guidance for the worlds. Okay, so that's where they prayed for the first time. There's nothing where people need to be facing that place to start with, and also according to Zabur, you face the temple of God. The temple of God was not in Mecca. And okay, I'll go with you. If it was, then guess what? It left Mecca and went to Jerusalem. Okay, there, solved. And then everybody were facing the temple. Just read the Solomon of the prayer of Solomon. Just read that. Everybody were facing the temple, according to Solomon. So if you wanna say even the first house of worship was in Kaaba, well then guess what? It looks like the people of Kaaba were so Ishmaelites, were so not really liking God like they like, the person like God. They did not like God, that God, then left Kaaba and went to Jerusalem, if you want to put it that way. But I don't even agree with that version too. But I'm just combining the two together, trying to make sense out of this Islamic dilemma. And even that kind of defeats Islam too. It's like, man, from any side I look at this Islamic dilemma, Islam is self-implodes, literally self-implodes. Another side where we can look at an Islamic dilemma is this. Look, or just Islam. Like I'm telling you, all of this could be avoided. Like, I think it's 7. Let me see off the top of my head. I think it's 187. Yeah. No. 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 Hold on a second. Old 157. 157 maybe. There we go. Yes, 157. Look what this says. Even here, Islam, it implodes on itself. Even here, look. Those who follow the messenger, the Ummi, unlettered prophet, whom they find written in them in Torah and the Injil. Booms. Muhammad, if he would have only read that Torah and the Injil, the second he would went through the whole Torah and the Injil, he would take an eraser and actually erased the Torah and the Injil, actually erased whom they find written in the Torah and the Injil. He literally would just erase this out of Quran. But because he could not read the Torah or the Injil, he had to make those empty claims that literally it kept on destroying Islam and causing Islamic dilemma to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. But if he would simply just pick up the book and read, well, first, to know how to read, you need to go to school. But in order to go to school, to get educated, sometimes a person needs to become a little bit more humble. I think Muhammad did not like when people would teach him even the alphabet, because he knew the proper alphabet. But anyways, that's just my claim. Okay, anyways. Okay, let's get back into this. I'm running. How can God kill someone? Soldiers. Oh, let's see here. Let me see here. Let me just get you're just a style captain. You're one thing. Am I disrespect to the prophets? No, I'm not. I'm not a disrespect. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm not a disrespect to the prophets. I'm very respectful to the prophets. Very. I like them, especially the Messiah. Especially the Messiah. Like, the Messiah is completely awesome. Completely awesome. So, no. I would never disrespect the prophets. Never. You gotta be joking me. If the prophet actually verified, what the previous book and wisdom said, was, there was a previous book that was given, and it was written, and once read it, they would know how to verify it, and they would verify it. That would establish that prophet is real if he verifies that what is with them. And the real prophet, I no, I don't, I do not disrespect. I really, really, I like Jesus Christ extremely a lot. I love him. He's my savior. He's literally my savior, my Lord and my savior. I love him a lot. Moses is pretty cool. David is, whoo, he's pretty awesome. I mean, them both did crap in their lives because they're human, but still, they had a very, very awesome heart towards God. But both of them, Moses and David, them both, they actually pointed. They're like, hey, nation of Israel, listen, listen, listen. There is Messiah coming. Messiah coming. And this is what Messiah is gonna be like and what he's gonna do. And this is what Messiah is going to do according to David from Zabur, Psalms, chapter 22. Many bulls have surrounded me. Strong bulls of Bashan have encircled me. They gape at me with their mouths like a raging and roaring lion. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax, it has melted within me. My strength is dried up like potsherd, and my tongue clings to my jaws. You have brought me to the dust of death. 4 dogs have surrounded me. The congregation of the wicked has enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. I can count all my bones. They look and stare at me. They divide my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots. This right here, this is what David said is going to happen to the Messiah. David prophesied who Messiah is going to be, the things that Messiah will do. This might seem negative, but look what else David is prophesying to the Messiah. Right here, let's just, in the end. Now, therefore, this is Psalms 2, starting from verse 10. The whole chapter is about the Messiah. Now, therefore, be wise, O kings, be instructed, you judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and you perish in the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all those who put their trust in him, in the Son of God. Kiss the Son. Basically, David is literally saying, what? Worship. Bow down, revere, reverence to the Son. So no, I'm not disrespectful to the prophets at all. I respect the true ones. But the ones that caused dilemmas to happen, like, Muhammad has caused an Islamic dilemma to happen, where Muslims, they try their best to actually solve this, but it just doesn't make sense in the end. It just literally, it's not that, oh, you're not accepting. No, it simply does not make sense in the end. Only Muslim hearing another Muslim will agree that somehow it makes sense. But anyone else, an atheist, agnostic, Christian, Jew, just literally anyone else outside of a Muslim, once they will hear Muslim reason, it's like, dude, stop jumping around. Come to a conclusion, a solid conclusion. What is going on? Why is it so hard to do 2 + 2 in your head? Why do you need to jump through so many hoops in order to get to 5? Why is there so many hoops to get to 5? How about just do simple? 2 + 2 = 4. Like, dear Muslims, like, knowing and understanding this, I feel for you. I'm actually, I feel for you. Like, yes, I do not know how to explain it, but I feel for you. I have compassion for you. I really do. Some people say, oh, you're so, what is it, kind or whatever. Yes, I'm just speaking right now, just speaking. This is a let's talk. Let's talk, so I'm just speaking. But if you want to speak, then it'll be a conversation, not a monologue or story time. If you want to speak. But until then, it's a story time. It's a story time. Story time. Oh, why are you so nice? Well, because I'm gonna try. I will try to actually listen, and maybe I'll hear something new. How this Islamic dilemma is solved. Just maybe. I'll keep my ear open, of course. I mean, there's probably going to be a lot of similar reasonings, what I've heard in the past. But it's okay. Let's see, maybe something new is gonna spark up. I mean, there was a let me play you a let me play you a short really quick. Channel. Look, is it this one right here? Let me play you this short. This is a perspective I've never heard yet. See if you I mean, I don't disagree with what he's saying. That's an interesting one. Like, I don't disagree with what he's saying. I just never heard it. And every single time I think about the things that he's saying, I go like, interesting, very interesting. Let me play it for you real quick.
Think about it this way, right? In the sense that, okay, so the Quran is telling believers to go to the Injil, see what it says, and that the Quran confirms the Injil, right? So the hope is that when our Muslim brothers and sisters, when they see this command, they do indeed go into the Injil. And by so doing, they attain salvation. In that way, I believe that the Quran is confirming the Injil, because it is giving an escape or a method of salvation, right, towards the brothers and sisters that are genuinely seeking after the truth.
It's an interesting interpretation you got here. I never heard of that one yet. But it's an interesting one. Right. Sorry, my video got stuck. But hey, I just wanted to let you hear the interpretation in itself. It's actually an interesting one. What he was saying is how Quran confirms the Injil is Quran is sending genuine seekers of the truth to read the Injil, and then to actually, by reading the Injil, to come to the knowledge of the truth. So Quran is sending people to the Injil, and Injil is that truth. And the Quran actually nearly explicitly says that Injil is the truth. Like through an example, yes, 100%. Look what a Quran tells the Christian to do. Like let me show you what Quran tells the Christian to do. Where's it at? 547. Look. And let the people of the Injil must judge according to what Allah has sent down therein. Those who do not judge according to what Allah has sent down, they are sinners. Okay, so every single thing, every single document, everything must be judged against the foundation that is Injil. Injil is the foundation of truth. If you and I want to know whether certain document, yes, even the Quran, yes, even the Book of Mormon, yes, even the Watchtower, JW's organization, no matter what type of document it is, according to this right here, Injil is the base foundation of truth. If that document, no matter what it is, actually confirms the Injil, really truly confirms the Injil, like literally confirms, where nobody will have any questions about the confirmation aspect, literally confirms. But when there's like so many people out there questioning the confirmation aspect, you go like, are you sure this is confirming? Like there's no problem whatsoever between Injil and the Torah. Injil confirms the Torah. Everybody's in agreement with it. Even Muhammad himself. Injil is in line with Torah. Injil confirms, Injil fulfills the Torah. But there's so many people out there that are like, hey, Quran confirming the Injil? No. No. It doesn't. It literally doesn't. Okay. According to Quran, Injil is the truth. If I were to judge Quran to the truth in order to find out if Quran is the truth, will Quran pass the test? When Quran contradicts the Injil, when Quran fights the Injil, will Quran pass the test of confirmation that it is the truth? Let's use our logic. Common sense, simple, easy to understand, you know? Let's do it. And look, not just this verse, but look what Muhammad was told by his Allah. Look what Muhammad himself has to do. This right here, whether you like it or not, you probably heard this verse plenty of times. But this verse is one of the strongest confirmations that the foundation of the truth is the Injil. Look what Muhammad is being told. So, O Prophet, Muhammad. So, if you doubt, O Muhammad, even if you are in doubt about what we have sent down to you, so if Muhammad is in doubt, if Muhammad is like, I don't really understand this sentence. I don't really understand this phrase. What does this mean? If he has any doubt whatsoever, and honestly speaking, humanly speaking, every single human being has a doubt. Only God doesn't have doubts. Why? Because God has perfect foreknowledge. He knows everything from the beginning till the end. Because of this perfect foreknowledge, God has no doubt. But every single person
We don't have that perfect foreknowledge. We don't really even have foreknowledge at all. So that's why we're not sure about some things in our lives. And if Muhammad is not sure about anything that he's receiving, whether it's from God or not, what is Muhammad being told to do? He has to go and ask those who read the book revealed before you. So, dear Muslim, if Muhammad was in doubt about a certain revelation, if Muhammad was in doubt about a certain part of the Quran, he has to go back to talk to the Christians. So if you don't really understand a certain part of the Quran, how to interpret it, Allah says that Muslim, you have to come to talk to a Christian if you're in doubt. I mean, that's what Muhammad himself was told to do. He's in doubt? Go talk to a Christian. Why? Because the Christian, they have with them the Injil, that foundation of the truth. So any doubt, go talk to the Christian. The Christian probably read the Injil. The Christian has the gift of the Holy Spirit. The Christian has a clarity of mind and reasoning in order to, give you wise advice and confirm whether Injil talks about the things that you have doubt about or not. So go talk to the Christian. Muslim, if you have any questions, again, I wanna be there for you. Talk to the Christian. The Christian who, knows the teachings of Jesus Christ. The Christian who can actually point you to the true Messiah. That you can get to know. True Messiah. And be saved. It's all about believe. Okay, so anyways, okay, so I'm not disrespecting the prophets. Let's see here. If you kiss your child or parents, does that mean you worship them? If we kiss our child and parent, that mean we worship them. No, but you're welcome to go read what Psalm number 2 says. Talks about the Son of God. Kiss the Son of God? Kiss the Son of God. Kiss the Son. In that context, yes, it does represents as worship. But the context that you're using, kiss doesn't represent worship. It represents love. But in that context, it's like a worshiping love in the context of us kissing the Son of God. It's a worshiping love. It's adoration love. It's one of those where we actually very look up to type of loves. Worshiping love. When a parent kisses the child, it is love. We love them, thus we kiss them, thus we embrace them. So it all depends. I mean, you can use the word kiss, yes, in different ways. You decided to use the word kiss in the context of kissing your child or parent. Thus, there's no representation of worship at all because of the context that you chose. But the context that the scriptures is telling us in, it does actually point to that fact. It actually does. So again, style. It all depends on the context. It all depends on the context. And if the context is actually in style, it works well, dude. But if the context is not in style, it doesn't fit. Oh, right here, this is interesting. If they kiss the cross is empty, so they know the resurrected Savior is not on the cross. If they kiss the cross is empty. So they know. Well, I mean, kissing a cross is okay. I'm just gonna be blunt. That's just straight up, just comparing common sense logic again. Look, Muslims kiss the black stone. Catholics, they kiss the cross. I personally think both are exactly the same thing. I think both are wrong. Why are we kissing objects? Why are we giving adoration to objects? Why? Why are we assigning, like as if we're assigning divinity to an object? Muslims, they claim that the black stone is directly from Allah. Those smooch that thing. Adore that thing. Fight over that thing. Run over people just to get to that thingy. You know, the cross. It's kind of similar to the Catholics too, or to the I think even to the Orthodox. Not 100% sure, but if you're kissing the cross, you know what I mean. So, I don't think that we should even be focusing on the physical object of the cross. Yeah, sure, we can wear the cross as a representation of who we are, what we believe in. Sure. But to have an, like engagement with that object by taking this object up and going, well, no. Have engagement with the real Jesus instead of the cross. I mean, understand what the cross represents, but don't the cross. Why? What's the point? It's not like this kiss is going to the sun anyways. The lipstick, it actually stays on that cross that you just kissed. It doesn't go to the sun. Just, just throwing this out there. Okay, so anyways, let me zoom out. Why do you think I'm attacking anyone? Bro, I'm not attacking anyone. I'm just letting y'all know what I came across. If I'm wrong, just instead of why you attacking the Muslims, just say, hey, bro, what you're saying is wrong. And what you said here is wrong. This right here too is wrong. And this is how it's supposed to be. And yeah, sure, of course. Help us to solve Islamic dilemma. And we all will be happy. We literally all will be happy. Otherwise it's like, dude, come on. Style, bro. It's like this. Quran is the final revelation of God. Okay. The God of the Muslims and the God of the Christians is the same God. Okay. If that really is the claim, if that really is the truth, then you have to help to solve the Islamic dilemma. How does it all make sense? Because there's a lot of, loopholes that a person needs to jump through in order to still not make sense in the end. You just have to kind of blind believe at that point because it doesn't make sense to that degree. You just have to blind believe. I don't really agree that God is this non-making sense blind belief. I don't agree with that. So I'm not attacking anyone, bro. I'm just letting you know what I've heard. If you think that what I'm saying is wrong, like let's say you think that, this Islamic dilemma, there's no dilemma at all, everything makes sense. Help. That is all I can say. Help to understand me, people who are watching. Help to understand us. Help to understand. That it's interesting. It's interesting that look, whenever a Muslim would say that I don't believe that God is triune, the interesting thing, it doesn't bother. I mean, we don't doesn't bug a Christian. It doesn't. Okay. It doesn't at all. Or if they're gonna say, the final revelation says that God is not Trinity, not a three persons in one essence, one being, one existence. Like, okay. I mean, sure, that's what you actually think, but you just don't know the truth. You just really do not understand the truth. Your spiritual eyes are blinded. So it's okay. God will open up your spiritual eyes in time. It's fine. But when a Muslim hears a Christian questioning Islam, why do Muslims think that a Christian is attacking Islam? Why? If a Christian, like an example, if a Christian says that according to all evidence, Muhammad is, false prophet, according to all evidence, everything that I've looked at, he's literally false prophet, the one that does not confirm anything at all. Instead, changing everything that there is to change, right to the foundation of it all. How is that attacking Islam? I mean, if that's what I came across, like, think about this. If that's actually what I came across, how is that attacking Islam? It's not like I'm saying from nothing. I mean, I did my comparison, maybe not as much as some people have done, but I did my comparison, and the more comparison I do, the more I'm coming to a conclusion that Islamic Dilemma is really unsolvable. Because the more I compare, the more Islamic Dilemma issues arise. Not less, more. And all of a sudden, like, fun. Yeah, let's move on. Because I wanted to present another Islamic dilemma from another aspect, but let's move on. Let's see here. What is this? Oh yeah. If you are so open-minded, of course. What's your advice? What is your advice, Muhammad? What's your advice? Okay, let me see here. What he looked at. Trust me, bro. Let me see what else you said. When? Yeah. If you're still around, bro. What's your advice? LetsTalk captain is just I said Christian dilemma. It's a Christian dilemma. I kind of never came across it yet. You can share with me down in time. Obviously, I mean, you can. I'm open to a conversation. So. Stay away from social media and just ask guidance from Allah. That's what Muhammad Diltown said. I actually am staying away from. I'm listening to different things, sure, but generally speaking, the only reason why I'm listening to different things is sometimes people have come across different scriptures that I didn't, And I don't really listen to them to try to understand how they understand those scriptures. I just want to listen to see where those scriptures are at. Where? And then once I hear them go over let's say Quran, Hadith, even the Bible, and then it catches my attention, then yeah, not all the time. It just depends what I'm doing. But sometimes I can save that reference or the passage for myself. Why? So that later on, I could sit down and read. And then when I read, that's when I come to a conclusion, not what social media says, but what the text says. Like right here, look. We are in Quran, okay? So this is not social media, this is Quran. What does this verse say? What does this verse mean? This is 1094. What does it mean? Well, in order for me to kind of figure out what this means, I don't go to social media to find out what does it mean. I just simply read. Look, so, O Prophet, even if you are in doubt about what we have sent down to you, so if he's in doubt, if Muhammad is in doubt, I hope it's so far simple and easy to understand, right? If Muhammad is in doubt, then look, ask those who read the book revealed before you. The book right here is Injil. So if Muhammad is in doubt about revelation of God, to make sure, that's true, it's really from God. If he's in doubt, then according to this right here, according to what I just read, not some social media stuff. I mean, unless you call Quran social media, but according to Quran itself, Muhammad has to go to a Christian. He has to go to the foundation of the truth. That is the Injil. That's what he has to do. Now, if Muhammad is commanded to go to the Injil, how much more is a Muslim? Muslim, if you're in doubt, go to the Injil. Go to the people of the book. Guess what? You may say, Muslim, you may say that Muhammad was never in doubt. Are you Muhammad? Are you in doubt? If you are, then go to the Christian. That's what it says. Or hold on. Or maybe I'm on social media. Hold on, let me see. Can you all see? Yeah, on a desktop you can better than on the mobile, but look. Let me help you out right here. Look, let me just bring this down a bit. Look, I am on Quran.com. Is Quran.com, is it valid? Or maybe it's corrupted? Or maybe this is social media. I'm just maybe I got lost, hoping to read the Quran and got on social media page of some sort. Internet. It's like this, a huge hay, and we're looking for a little needle in this huge haystack. That's what internet is. We want to read Quran and we end up on social media. I mean, thanks for the advice. I do agree with you. I definitely agree with your advice. That if we want to know the truth, if we want to know the truth, we must go to the source. Sure, if we heard on social media somebody say something, that does not mean the source actually says this. If you and we want to actually find out that truth for ourselves, what we heard has to be verified, has to be tested. Even in the Bible says this. Like, the Christian in the Bible is commanded not to automatically, by default, automatically reject the prophecies. No. The Christian is commanded, do not reject the prophecies, but test them. Test the prophecy. By applying testing grounds to the prophecy, that's when we actually grow in knowledge of what the truth is and what is not the truth. Simple as that. So I'm trying to be on the Quran.com unless I accidentally jumped on social media that I'm not aware about. Okay, let's see here. Both the Father and the Son. So who gave me the right to call Jesus God? Both, dude. The Father and the Son. The Father and the Son. Both. Why are you skipping my comments? Because there's a lot of them. A lot of them. I want to see what other people have to say too. I mean, thanks for your comments, but there's a lot of them, bro. See? There's some comments such as Jesus is King. I am on social media. Yeah, I do watch YouTube. I do watch different scholarly debates. I really do. I do like that side. I do. It in a way exercises the understanding. It does. So I would highly recommend every Muslim, yes. Muslim, if you want to train your understanding, if you want to grow in IQ, levels of your IQ, do watch a lot of debates between a Christian and a Muslim. Do watch that. And watch some, strong to strong. Don't watch like, a Libiano just making fun of people, not allowing them to talk. That does not, like, there's no point of even watching that. If a person does not allow you to talk, there's no point of talking to him, logically, right? So there's no point of that. But there's an actual debate, there's an actual open conversation, where both sides are able to express their understanding and challenge another person's understanding. Do watch those type, where you actually can hear both of the parties out. If you just hear, like, let's say Libiano just like yelling and screaming through the mic and just blah 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 blah, but you don't hear the Christian at all and his reasoning, that's a one-sided conversation. Those are useless. Jesus is a prophet. Yes, you are correct, bro. Jesus is a prophet. Yeah, Skylar, me personally, I respect a lot Quran only Muslims. I respect them a lot. Quran only. Quran plus Hadith. You know what it feels like? You know what it feels like? It feels like you know how Jews have Torah and Talmud? That's what Quran and Hadith is like. Like, according to the Jew, Torah is like a word from God. Well, according to the Muslim or Islam, Quran is the word of God. And then, according to the Jew, the Talmud is the book of tradition. According to the Islam, well, in a way, yeah, it's a book of tradition. It's a book of how Muhammad lived and his side sayings too. So it is like a book of tradition. And the more I read this book of tradition of Islam, this Islamic book of tradition, the Hadiths, they make Muhammad look so disgusting. Like literally so disgusting. Where's this? It's probably the one that you are referring to. Let me just pull it up. Let me see. Like, look. Let me show you real quick. Look. This one right here. This is the one that you're referring to. So, this is chapter 32. And the title of the chapter is The Ruling on Semen. Okay. I asked Suleiman Yasar whether the semen that gets on to the garment of a person should be washed or not. Okay, me personally, I'm even surprised that somebody has a question like this. I'm just personally surprised that there's a person that is questioning whether they should wash their own semen off of their own clothes or walk around covered in their own semen. Like I'm even surprised that there is such a question. Like how weird you have to become in order to pop such a question. How, I don't know, done with IQ level you have to become in order to pop such a question. But anyways, let's move besides that. Let's see what the answer is. Okay. He replied, so Aisha told me, the messenger of Allah, Muhammad, washed the semen. Good. At least he washed it. And then went out for prayer in that very garment. And I saw the mark of washing on it. I mean, I am glad that Muhammad washed his semen off of his clothes before going to the prayer. I am extremely glad. I mean, he didn't change the clothes, but at least he washed it, okay? I'm extremely glad. Good job, Muhammad. I mean, I'll give you a thumbs up for washing a semen off of your clothes before going to a prayer. But now I got a question. Why is there semen on your clothes? Why is there semen on your clothes? Like me, myself, I think about life. Like an example is this. I get up in the morning. I, hang out with my family a bit. We eat, we have breakfast, we have some time together, and then I go to work. I come back home. There's no marks of semen. There's no semen on my clothes when I come back home. Like, I don't have marks, stains of semen on my clothes. Like, you, dear man, dear woman, do you randomly have marks of semen on your clothes in the middle of the day? Maybe, well, according to this is talking about, this is semen in general. So whether one time, 10 times, but it's semen in general being on the clothes. Like, dear sir, dear ma'am, do you leave your house with your with your clothes clean of semen, and then you return back home with semen stains on your clothes? Is that normal in your life? Like, my question is why? Where in the world do you have to be in order to, I don't know, keep on catching semen on yourself or semening yourself? Where in the world do you need to be? What do you need to do in order to be semening yourself or catching semen? Where was Muhammad, or who was throwing semen on him? Or why is he throwing semen on himself? In the middle of the day. How many times is he doing this to himself throughout the day? Like, what's going on with him? You know, when I work. I work with my hands, not touching myself, but doing work-related things. What was Muhammad doing? When he was prophesying, what was going on through his mind? What was he doing? What was he touching? Like, I don't know. This book of tradition called the Hadith makes Muhammad look like he's crazy. He's literally nuts. He's actually insane. Belongs in mental institution. That's what this book Hadith presents Muhammad to be. Like, he literally belongs in mental institution. We don't have, in 2026, we don't have people like this. This is not normal. This was normal for a prophet. In today's day, this is not normal for a pastor, for even a pope or whatever to walk around with semen on his clothes. It's not normal. It's crazy. It's retarded. But Muhammad liked it. Like, come on. This hadith, this book of tradition, literally is destroying the image of Muhammad. Just completely annihilating the image of Muhammad. Like, that's what hadith actually makes Muhammad look like. So that's why I personally appreciate Quran only Muslims. I personally appreciate, because hadith is like, bro, are you even reading what you're saying? Like, or this whole entire thing when they visit the holy sites too, they walk around and then they just like smoosh. They just cannot wait until they get their hands and their lips and their tongue all over that. One Muslim told me that there's that rock is not even real anymore. That they did something in the 80s. I don't remember exactly what, but there's probably very small fragments of the rock somewhere in that box, but not specifically on what they smooch. So that's what one of the Muslims say. I think that was the lowest ranking Muslim. That's what he told me, I think, based on what I remember. Okay, anyways, but I'm just kind of letting you know why I like Quran only Muslims. I do appreciate them a lot more than versus Quran plus Hadith, because it's like, bro, have you ever read the Hadith? How are we adding to Quran? Oh, you Muslims do add to Quran a lot. A lot. Like let's say in case of look, Muhammad, can you show me where Quran actually says that the Torah or the Injil is corrupted? I can show you. I'm willing to show you right here on the spot where Quran says in many places to go back to the Injil, to that the Torah has the rulings of God. You know all those things that Quran is confirming the Injil and the Torah, and that Muhammad is even written in those two books. I can show you this all over the place. But can you show me something that I have not found yet? Is where Muhammad's Allah actually says that the previous scriptures are corrupted. I found in Quran 6:115 where it says that none can change his words. None. This is what I found in Quran. But I personally never seen in Quran where it has a slightest reference to Torah being corrupted or Injil being corrupted, even a slightest reference. Yeah, hold on. So just letting you know. Okay, I just seen an interesting text about so that's why, like, you're saying, how are we adding to the Quran? You're saying that the Gospels are corrupted. Quran is not saying that. Quran is saying quite the opposite. That Quran is confirming the Gospels. So, I mean, are you adding to the Quran? You're twisting what the Quran says? Well, let's explain. This is not particularly true. It's not particularly true. Yeah, I recently watched conversations about where let me see if I can find that part. Let me see if I can find it. I remember what it says. There. I think I found it. Let me see. I'll show you. Where is it at? Okay, Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim. Look, look at this one right here. But before I'll jump into yours, I saw one comment. It just skimmed through my eyes. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. There's a. Come on, where's it at? Oh, there we go. This one right here. This one. Hold on. What? Semen was on his clothes because nightfall is normal. Yeah, he's walking around with semen on his clothes. Like, I'll just let you do the judging of this even of this text. I'll just let you do the judging. And the only question that I have for you is, why is there even semen on your clothes? Why? Like, simply, why? Are you proud to walk around with your clothes covered in your own semen or somebody else's semen? I mean, it doesn't specify whose semen was it. So it could be Muhammad's semen on his clothes. It could be somebody else's man or another man's semen on his clothes. Could be both. Okay? I'm just throwing this out there. But why? Are you even proud? With like, hey dudes, look, I got semen on my clothes. How about you? Like, it's crazy to even think about this. Like, it's crazy. Whether it's nightfall or not. Like, bro, it's crazy to think about this. I understand having sex with wife and semen comes out and then you use clothes to wipe it off. But maybe use a spare rug, not your own clothes, and walk around with it. Or like what? You're walking around, or in the middle of the day couldn't hold it in. Saw some other man's wife couldn't hold it in, and had to go at it. Why is there semen on your clothes? Prophets, why is there semen on your clothes? Okay, I understand a perverted person. Like, bro, I understand a perverted person. A person who thinks about sex only. That's it. He's looking at every woman in a sexual way. He's literally perverted. I understand his semen on his clothes. I understand that part. But we're talking about prophets. Clothes is covered with semen. Where in the world have you ever heard that? The only place I could imagine this could happen is, well, it's coming out of the Catholic Church a lot, okay? The priests and the kids. But besides that, it's disgusting. But anyways, let's go to right here. So the corruption part. Let me see, where was it? Hey, Muhammad, good. Yeah, I'll just passing from here. Yep. You have a wonderful day, dude. Have a wonderful day. Let me see here. Why putting down? I'm not putting down anyone. Like, I am debating. I'm presenting the facts. Yes, I am talking bluntly. I'm not calling anybody names. I'm throwing logic out there. Like, think about this. Why would a man walk around with semen on his clothes? Is that a putting down type of question? But that's what Muhammad did. Because Muhammad walked around with semen on his clothes, can I not ask why? Should I just accept it? Accept it as normal and maybe walk around with semen on my clothes? Like, what should I do? Or should I ask why? Is this okay, maybe? Maybe I should point to the fact that, it's not normal, it's kind of weird. Or maybe I am not allowed to do any of those things. Just think. Let's think. Okay. I probably will not find that comment that had a question. Let me see here, but let's let me show you. Okay, so let's go over this one right here. Look. So again, this is another point that I mean between Quran only and Quran plus Hadith. Like this Hadith, it attacks the Quran. This Hadith right here, it actually attacks Quran directly. It attacks it. Other Hadith that we read earlier, it attacks the reputation of Muhammad. Literally, Hadith is attacking reputation of Muhammad, not me. I read Hadith, and I asked some questions. Yes, those questions, they were direct, and yes, those questions, they were kind of hard to listen. Yes, I agree with that. But if Hadith would not tell me such details about Muhammad, then I would not have such questions. I mean, valid, right? I have those questions because that's what I read in Hadith. And right here too, okay, Muslims are saying that the Quran is preserved. And what they agree upon is the Quran that we have today is actually the Quran that was left behind when Muhammad died. Pretty much that. Those words can never be altered. They can never be forgotten. They can never be changed. None of those. But when I read the Hadith says other, than versus what the Muslim is telling us. Completely different information. Look. This is Abu Habr. Abu al-Aswad reported on authority of his father Abu Musa al-Ashri sent for the reciters of Bashra. They came to him and they were 300 in number. They recited the Quran and he said, "You are the best among the inhabitants of Bashra, for you are the reciters among them. So continue to recite." So you see, so far this guy is encouraging these 300 reciters to continue to recite. But bear in mind, hold on, what? There's an encouragement, but it looks like he's about to go into a warning of some sort. But bear in mind that your reciting for a long time may not harden your hearts, as were hardened the hearts of those before you. So according to this, there was a group of reciters before these 300 reciters of Basra. They were reciting Quran for a long time. And that reciting Quran for a long time, for some reason, it led to their hearts be hardened. Be hardened. How? I do not know. But if you recite Quran for a long time, you should heed this warning that your heart can actually become hardened. This is just one of the side effects of reciting the Quran. Hardness of heart. So if you want a soft heart, don't recite the Quran. Because if you recite the Quran a lot, you will have a hard heart. Like there's a stern warning. Be careful. Okay? So one of the points that I want to encourage you in is soft heart equals no reciting. Recite the Quran as little as you possibly can. The less you recite the Quran, according to this, the softer the heart you will have. If you don't recite the Quran at all, you should have an extremely soft heart. But the second you start, it looks like according to this verse, according to, again, Hadith, attacking Quran directly, according to this, the second you start to recite the Quran and you recite it more and more and more, your heart is going to get hardened against God. Look, we used to recite a surah. Now, surah, what is surah? What is it? That's Quran. We used to recite surah, Quran, which resembled in length of and severity to Surah Barat. That's Quran, that's chapter 9. There's 120 something verses in chapter 9. I think 129, 127, somewhere over there. So it was in length and severity. Now, severity aspect. Chapter 9 is actually a terrible chapter. It's one of the worst chapters in Quran. So this surah that they used to recite, it was in length and severity to chapter 9. And I personally thank God that they forgot that because chapter 9 is. Let me show you what chapter 9 is about. Let me show you. You'll see how crazy chapter 9 is. Look. 9:5. And that's what the whole chapter 9 is about. It's this crazy what we're going to read. Look. So when the sacred months expire, kill the mushriks, the Christians. Kill the Christians. Kill them. Wherever you find them. Oh yeah, if he's gonna be under the staircase, you find him there. Make sure you get rid of him. Oh, make sure you do as kill unalive as you possibly can unalive. Double, triple check that he is unalived. Killed. Murdered. Quran chapter 9 is promoting murder. And not just promoting murder. It's actually promoting murder on rabies. On rabies. Like a person becomes crazy and extremely bloodthirsty type of a human being. And they cannot wait to jump on you. Look, the rest of the verse. Kill the mushriks wherever you find them, and catch them, and besiege them. Just think about what we are reading. What words are used. Just think about the words used. And catch them. And besiege them. Besiege them. Do you understand what besiege them means? In simple explanation, a Muslim is going to be spending the whole entire night outside of Christian's home. The second that Christian walks out, Muslim on rabies jumps at him and kills him. That's what it means. Use your logic, use your common sense. Surah chapter 9. I am so glad that those people that recited the whole surah, I'm so glad that they forgot it. Why? Because it was similar in severity as chapter 9. Muslims already have enough of kill them, kill them, kill them. Enough of that. They don't need any more. And catch them and besiege them and sit an ambush for them everywhere. I'm glad they forgot that chapter. We don't need more of this. We really do not need more of this. We don't. So I'm glad. I thank God that those reciters, their heart got hardened and they simply forgot a whole surah out of the Quran. I'm extremely glad that this happened. Less danger in our world. Less dangerous talk. Look. Okay, so Barat. So let's continue. I have, however, forgotten it with the exception of this which I remember out of it. And this is what he remembers out of that surah. If there were two valleys full of riches, for the son of Adam, he would long for a third valley, and nothing would fill the stomach of the son of Adam but dust. So this verse was in Quran, and then they forgot it. Why they forgot it? Because their heart got hardened against the Quran. And again, reciting, according to this hadith right here, reciting Quran for a long time, the longer you recite it, the harder your heart becomes. So if you want to have a soft heart, just don't recite the Quran at all. Okay, so and next. And we used to recite a surah which resembled one of the surahs of Mashubat. What's Mashubat? I do not know all of them by name. So what's Mashubat? Come on. Mashubat, where you at? Anyways. Whatever the Mashubat is. And I have forgotten it. But remember this much out of it. O people who believe, why do you say that which you do not practice? And the second thing it looks like he remembered is that is recorded in your necks as witnesses against you, and you would be asked about it on the day of resurrection. So is Quran preserved? Well, see, according to Hadith, it's not, because there's literally 2 surahs that are missing surahs because people forgot it. If you're gonna claim that forgetting is abrogation, if you're gonna think and claim that forgetting is abrogation, well, guess what? If I were to even grant you that 100% everybody forgot his abrogation, if I were to grant you that, oh, a natural abrogation is when everybody forgets. But the problem is this guy who's reciting it, this guy, he didn't forget because he remembers parts of it. So now, even if I'll say, okay, he abrogated, where are the parts that he still remembers? Why aren't they in Quran? I mean, he still remembers. So at least these 3 verses that he pops out from 2 different surahs, at least those verses, they have to be preserved and in the Quran. Why aren't they in the Quran? Why? I mean, this guy says that they were. It's surah. It's part of the surah. Surah is Quran. It's a chapter of the Quran. So if you're saying abrogation, how about these 3? It wasn't abrogated because he never, right here, this guy, he never forgot it. He never forgot it. Since he never forgot it, it's not abrogated, at least these 3. The rest, sure, I can agree with you. I'll grant you them. But how about these 3 verses? They're not abrogated because this guy that, told us these verses, he literally said that he remembers them. So why aren't they in the Quran? I'll just allow you to think about it for yourself. But one thing that I want to show to you as well, that Quran plus Hadith, like Hadith is like one of the worst documents for the Quran. Hadith just annihilates the Quran. It destroys the Quran. Hadith exploits that, or shows to us, reveals to us that the Quran is not preserved. There's a claim that Quran is preserved word for word, letter for letter. Where are those 2 surahs? General abrogation. Where are those 3 verses that did not go through the general abrogation? Where are they at? Oh, they're gone. I like your claim. Your own Hadith says that you're wrong. What can I say? I'm just throwing this out there. Yes, I might be direct. I might be direct, and I probably am. I'm not, holding that back. But I'm just trying to be as direct as I can. Why? Because I want to paint the picture black and white. No gray at all. No gray at all. And then simply ask you a question. What's going on? Why is Hadith targeting Quran to destroy it? Just leave it at that. But you can see that there's actually a lot. I mean, I came across a lot of different dilemmas that Islam has. A lot of them. Like a lot. And like one of the worst things that this is just my personal opinion. One of the worst things that Muslims could have done is to translate all their documents, everything that they have, all the scriptures that they have in English. That's one of the worst things that they have done. One of the worst things. They literally have exposed themselves to the truth. If that would be concealed in Arabic only, then there would be limited exposing to the truth. But the second it got translated into English and was spread all over the globe, especially on the internet, you literally have exposed yourself to to the truth. The second you have done it, Quran is not standing ground. It's not. Hadith itself is destroying Quran. Hadith itself is destroying Muhammad. Hadith itself is destroying it. Like I don't need to say much. I just need to read the Hadith and I go like, Quran claims it's preserved. No words can be changed, Okay, maybe it hasn't been changed, but it definitely got forgotten. I mean, the Quran that they have right now is not the same as, it was. Because they used to recite, a few things that are gone. They're not in the book right now, in today's day. I'm just throwing this out there. Use your logic to think. Okay, so let's see here. Give me the reference. Give me the reference for this one. Give me the reference. What is it? I want to pull it up on my screen because I got some ideas to throw out there in regards to this. Why call Muhammad mentally ill while asking others to respect your beliefs? Yo, bro, I am calling Muhammad mentally ill. You know why? Because of what I read in Quran. I'm not in Quran, in Hadith. That's why. That's the natural conclusion everybody will come across. Like, look. The fact, like, let's say you, right? Style, you. I do not know your age, but let's say you're in college, okay? Let's say you're 22 years old, and you go to college. You probably major in some kind of computer related class. You're going for your degree, but the certification is the first thing that you need to go through, and you're currently a full-time student, okay? Just think about this. One day you come to, your class. Your teacher stands up, and there is like 10 spots of semen on the clothing of your teacher. It actually smells like semen in the classroom. What would you think? What would you think? What type of, what would be running through your mind? Please tell me. Would you be okay? Would you be somewhat agreeing with the fact that this teacher is normal? Or would you be thinking along the lines that this teacher is mentally ill? What would be running through your mind? Like what? You're telling me that I'm calling Muhammad mentally ill when Hadith tells me that Muhammad was walking around with semen all over his clothes, and that he would come home, wash the semen, and then go to a prayer. I scratch my head and I go like, why is this prophet? This is the only prophet that no other prophets walked around with semen all over their clothes. This is something new. This is like first time ever. Like, I understand a pervert. Again, as I said earlier, I understand a pervert who just cannot get this perversion out of his mind, this sex out of his mind. I understand that, dude. Horny all the time. But being horny all the time fits the prophet of God? Look, again, Hadith is destroying the reputation of Muhammad. And all I did, I simply read your Hadith. That is all I did. I didn't do anything else. I read it. And when I read it, yeah, well, sure, I threw some questions out. Like, is this normal what I read? But, I mean, style. You're a 22-year-old student. Your teacher walks in covered in semen. You think it's normal? Your class smells like semen. Do you think it's normal? Just let's use our mind. Do you really think it's normal? And this is the prophet of God. Why use mocking gestures instead of real arguments? Hold on, is my arguments not real? I'm okay. This whole thing, in a way, it has to be slightly entertaining too. Okay, so it has to be slightly entertaining. So that's why I'm using more of a direct language, not to be boring. So but please tell me, the questions that I'm asking, are they not a real arguments? Like, is it normal to walk with semen all over your clothes? Where in the world do you get it? Are you allowing somebody else to, wipe their semen off of you? Or is this even your own? Like, I don't know what to say. I mean, it is funny. Like think about it. It's hilarious that there is a prophet that does this. It's literally, look, I don't want to be rude or mean, but this is like, hadith is like a joke. Hadith is like a book of jokes. And hadith is making a joke out of Muhammad. Why can't Muslims see this? Hadith is making a joke out of Muhammad. So again, that's why I appreciate a lot more Quran only Muslims. I appreciate them a lot more, because it's like it seems to me like they do understand a little more, because it's a huge step to reject the hadiths. It's actually a huge step to reject the hadiths. If somebody rejects the hadiths, they in a way are rejecting Islamic tradition. It's a big step to reject the hadith. So I do appreciate the Muslims that rejected the hadith compared to the ones that didn't. Because the ones that rejected the hadith, at least they don't claim anymore that their prophet was walking around with semen all over his clothes. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Simple question. Yeah, I do agree with this. Like, I do agree with this, and this is one of the big Islamic dilemma too. Like, look, here's the Quran. I just read this. So 7:157. I just read the top part, but the top part is enough. I mean, we can read the rest, but look. So this is a claim in the Quran, and this is Islamic dilemma too. So look what Muhammad is claiming. Those who followed the messenger, the unlettered prophet. And see, that Islamic dilemma, this Islamic dilemma is all because of this. Because him being unlettered. And he's actually proud to be uneducated. He's proud not to be able to read. Like, everything's upside down with this guy. Like, literally, everything is upside down in Muhammad's mind. Everything is upside down. Everything. Walking around covered in semen. Being proud about the not able to read or write. Being proud about not being educated. Like, things are just upside down in his mind. Literally upside down. Whom they find written with them in Torah and the Injil. This is one of the biggest dilemmas that a Muslim has to, deal with. Because Muhammad, the unlettered dude, the one that never read the Torah or the Injil. He wasn't able to because he didn't know how to. So without reading, without confirming, without verifying, he's popping out statements that he's found in there. And now Christians are asking Muslims, oh hello, Muhammad said he's found in the Torah and the Gospels. Can you show me where? I read the Torah a lot, over and over again. I read the Gospels over and over again. Where's Muhammad? Where can I find him? And then let me show you what Muslims resort to. They pop. Let me see if I can remember the verse. They pop such verses as in Songs of Solomon chapter 3. I think it's the last. I think it's chapter 3. Chapter 3. Bro running. Okay, so chapter 3, let me see here. Chapter 3, let's go to interlinear. Let's go to interlinear. If I'm at the incorrect verse, chapter 3, verse 11. Yeah, if I'm in the incorrect verse, because I'm going to be showing Muhammadim, then let me know. But at the moment, I'll double check if it's this correct, if this is the verse. No, let me just pull it up real quick. Muhammadim. 72, 516. 516? You find it in 516. Oh, the last verse of chapter 5, not 3. Okay, so look, so 516. Let me show you this. This is very interesting. Solomon 5. Let me show you this. Okay, so Songs of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 16. This is the best that Muslims are solving the Muslim dilemma, where to find Muhammad written in the scriptures. Number 1, in Quran, where is it? 7:157, right? Yes, chapter 7, verse 157. It says that he is written in the Torah and the Injil. So Torah and the Injil. But for some reason, we must go to the Songs of Solomon. This is the very first suspiciousness in their answer. Even though Quran says that he's written specifically in the Torah, the Torah is Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Leviticus, Deuteronomy. That's Torah. And he's written in the Injil, in the Gospels. Gospel, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Gospels. But for some reason, our first detour in finding Muhammad is in Songs of Solomon. Okay. Let's see if we can even find Muhammad in Songs of Solomon. Okay, so 5. Where is it at? Where was I? Okay, so 5:16. Look. So 5:16, let me just read to you what 5:16 says. This is what it translates in English as. His mouth is most sweet. Yes, he is altogether lovely. This is my beloved, and this is my friend, O daughter of Jerusalem. So the word that we'll be focusing on is this one right here, beloved. This is the word that we'll be focusing on a lot. This is my beloved. Beloved. Look, actually, lovely. I'm sorry, lovely. Yes, he is altogether right here. This word, not beloved, lovely. This word. We'll be focusing on this word. Is lovely. Okay, so this is what it says. His mouth most sweet, and yes, he is altogether lovely. This is my beloved, and this is my friend, daughters of Jerusalem. Okay? So now, where is Muhammad written in the Torah and the Injil? So remember, we're in Songs of Solomon, and then in Songs of Solomon we find in Hebrew. Let's go to Hebrew. Right here, there's Hebrew, and this right here. Mahamadim. See? We just found Muhammad written in the Torah and the Injil. Do you see this? Simple. Now, I decided to see if that is the only place where we can actually find Muhammad written in the Torah and the Injil. If this is the only place, even though I'm in Songs of Solomon, but excuse that. I'll just grant them the Songs of Solomon being the Torah or the Injil. I'll just grant it for now, okay? Even though it's not, but we'll just for the sake of being easier, we'll just allow this to happen. Now, okay, so after I read this, right, I go like, oh, interesting. I see I actually see what they're saying. The Islamic dilemma is maybe coming out of the dilemma stage. Just maybe. Oh, wow, okay. I mean, there's Muhammadim written in Songs of Solomon. But I personally wonder if there's maybe Muhammadim of some sort written elsewhere, because, since I'm starting to find him, let me see where else this Muhammadim is written in. Maybe Muhammad is literally all over the scriptures. So what I did is, I clicked on this word. I did not get this ad. No, I went to here. And then I go and then I started to read here. Okay, so the Songs of Solomon has Muhammadim. And Muhammadim actually occurs only one time, and Muhammadim is very close to Muhammad. But is there other word in Hebrew that is even closer to Muhammad? And I'm like, oh, look, there's more. So, okay, so we have Muhammadi. Oh, yo. Muhammadi is even closer to Muhammad than Muhammadim. It's like if you remove that E at the end, it's going to be Muhammad. Muhammad is going to be. It's going to be like super close. And I go like, wow. There's actually, even closer Muhammad in the Torah and the Injil? I go like, whoa. Is Islamic dilemma actually being solved one step at a time? I actually thought it couldn't be solved. And then I started to, wander around and see where specifically. It's very hard to believe that I see Muhammad in the Torah and the scriptures. So I clicked on it, and I just wanted to see what's up. Look. Okay, so Muhammad. So one place translates that as, and slew all that were pleasant to the eye. And slew all that were pleasant to the eye. All that were pleasant to the eye, and slain all that were pleasant to the eye. So in this context, Muhammadi is referred to pleasant right here. This word pleasant. That's what it's referred to. So Mahmadi is getting slain right here. As of okay. Okay, limitation 2:4. Let's see what limitation 2:4 says. Let me see the context. 2:4. Okay, standing like an enemy, he has set his bow with his right hand like an adversary. He has slain all who were pleasing to his eyes. He has slain all those who were pleasing to his eye. So he has slain. Who has slain? Who's slain? Who's slain? I mean, he. It's a capital H. It's as if God is speaking. Let me see here. To cut off the fear. So the Lord has swallowed up dwelling places. Listen to the eye on the tent of daughter of Zion. He has poured out his fury like a fire. It is. It's talking about God. Standing like an enemy, he has bent his bow with his right hand like an adversary. He has slain all who were pleasing to his eye. So God has slain. God has slain Muhammad. I go like, hold on a second. What? God has slain Muhammadi. God has slain Muhammad. Oh, the scriptures. I guess I found Muhammad more in the scriptures. But in the scriptures that I found Muhammad, God has slain him. Let me look over the next passage. Because maybe this passage is just weird. Just look. Okay, so Hosea 9:16. Hosea 9:16. Let's say what Hosea 9:16 says. Hosea 9:16. So this is going to be Mahamadi is pleasant. It's translated into that lovely, pleasant, into that. Let's see what this says. Okay, so Ephraim is stricken, their root is dried up. They shall bear no fruit. Yes, were they to bear children, I would kill. Ay. Darlings. I 9:16. Let me just be sure that darlings. Let's see here. Darlings. Where's darlings? Darlings. Oh, whoa. Yo. God is gonna kill Mahmad. Two different passages, and in two different passages, Mahmad is getting annihilated by God. Oh, Muslims really have found Mahmad in the scriptures, in the Torah and the Injil. They found him. But the problem is, he's getting slain by God. That's the prophecy that he has against himself. Muslims, you just caused even greater dilemma. You literally just, by saying that you can find your Mahmadim in 5:16, you can find Mahmad in two different passages, and in both passages, Mahmad is getting killed, slain by God. Please help me to solve this dilemma. What's going on here? I mean, you told me that this is the way to find Mahmad in the scriptures. And now I found Mahmad. Look, I found Mahmad. I did. Muhammad. I found Muhammad. But this Muhammad is getting killed. In two different passages, this Muhammad is getting killed by God. What's going on? Muslims, your dilemma is not easing up, it's growing. Just to throw this out there. Your dilemma is literally not easing up, it's growing. Oh, anyways, let me look over some comments. Yeah, like this, right here. Yes, God judged wicked evil men and slain his aorta. Muhammad said himself that. Let me try to find this. But just in general, to throw out there, I'll go over some more comments. But just to throw out there, Muhammad himself said that anyone who is a false prophet, God will slay his aorta. Okay, and then when Muhammad was dying, according to the hadith, he was saying such things as he feels like his aorta is being slain. In other words, he's literally pointing at himself. Because he probably forgot the Quran that he recited, he's actually pointing to himself as confirming right before he dies that he is false. That just for y'all to think about. Okay, so let me just go over some more comments. Okay. This is the problem, though. Like this is Islamic dilemma, and that's why, like, dear Muslims, that's why I genuinely feel, yes, even though it seems like maybe I'm attacking you, I'm attacking Muhammad, blah blah blah. It may seem like that, but I genuinely feel sorry for you. Look, Sunnah tells you the strong hadiths. That is what they use. That's what they use. For without the hadiths, they cannot understand the Quran. Yeah, so if you want to understand the Quran, use the hadiths. You use the hadiths, your prophet is gonna look like a dirtbag. That's the problem. You want to understand Quran, use hadiths. You use hadiths, your prophet is gonna seem like he's literally a douchebag. Like a perverted douchebag that needs to be locked up in mental institution. That's what he's gonna seem like if you use the hadiths. So it's like, you want to understand Quran? Use the sources that will destroy the reputation of your prophet. See, style, this is the problem. Your sunnah, that is part of Islamic teaching, is not bringing confidence in Muhammad. It's destroying confidence in Muhammad. The more Muslims pop their sunnah, the more the Gentiles, other people around listening to that sunnah, they go like, this is crazy. Like, look, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you one hadith that is like, once I read that, I go like, why is this Muhammad even walking around? He deserves to be in jail. Like in today's day, Muslims, Muhammad would be in jail. In today's day, he literally would be in jail. Look, let me show you. I have it somewhere in my notes. Let me just go through my notes real quick. I actually have it. Documents, Islam. And I have it in my notes that is about marriage. Where's marriage? Let me share this with you before I jump into marriage. Let me see if this is. Okay, so I was looking for was marriage. Where's the marriage part? Let me show you in my document about marriage. Where's it at? I looked into something else. I'll look through those documents later. A revelation, marriage. Where are you? Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. I found it. Okay, so look. Look at this one. Sunnah again. This is what I'm gonna show you. This, according to style, what I'll show you is part of Islamic teaching. Now you judge for yourself if this is okay or not. I'll just show you what's Sunnah. Again, I'm on Sunnah.com. Sunnah.com, okay? It's right here, see? Sunnah.com. That's where I'm at. I'm actually on Islamic teaching. So if I'm popping weird questions, the reason why I'm popping them is because I'm getting them from Sunnah. Directly from Islamic teachings. That's where I'm getting them from. I'm reading this information here. Look. So the chapter is the marrying of matrons. When I got married, this is narrated Jabir bin Abdullah. When I got married, Allah's messenger said to me, what type of lady have you married? I replied, I have married a matron. He said, why? Don't you have liking for the virgins and for fondling them? Let's continue. Jabir also said, Allah's messenger said, especially this, why didn't you marry a young girl so that you might play with her and she with you? What? What kind of playing are they going to be doing between each other? So that you might play with her and she with you. What kind of playing is it going to be? Are they going to be playing with toys? Are they going to be playing with dolls? What kind of playing is it going to be? Is Muhammad actually advising his companion to become a pedophile? Look, this is the type of questions I have after reading Islamic teaching, Sunnah. This is the type of questions I have. According to Sunnah, is Muhammad advising his companion to become a pedophile? Because it surely looks like it is. He is. Surely looks like he is. Like, again, that's why I'm saying that Quran only Muslim is by far more respected than the whole Sunnah Muslim. Sunnah Muslim doesn't have much respect. Why? Because they actually agree with such advices as this right here. Why didn't you marry a young girl? Full Sunnah Muslims agree with this. And full Sunnah Muslims, they deserve to be in jail. Because, little girls need to be protected from them. Like, full Sunnah Muslims actually endanger little girls. Full Sunnah Muslims. Quran only Muslims, they endanger little girls less. But full Sunnah Muslims, they literally advise each other. Something that will hurt a little girl. That's full Sunnah Muslims. Again, dear Muslims, please throw the Sunnah away. It'll make your Muhammad look better in people's eyes in general. More Sunnah, Muhammad looks like crap. Less Sunnah, okay, at least we do not know what Muhammad has done. So we're somewhat blinded to the reality. Okay, he looks better now. You see what I mean? Like, your Sunnah does not help you whatsoever. Your Sunnah hurts you. I've been reading your Sunnah today, and your Sunnah actually causing bigger Islamic dilemma than versus what Muhammad has caused. Okay, so let's see here. Let me go over some. Oh, y'all just throwing some more sunnahs at me, huh? Y'all just throwing more sunnahs at me. You like me to talk about the sunnah of Islam today, huh? God bless y'all. Yep. You definitely are throwing some of them sunnahs at me with even the references. Well, let's take a look at what this Islamic teaching is saying, just so that we could learn some sunnahs today. I did not think that, I'll start with Islamic Dilemma and all of a sudden become a sheikh, actually going into Islamic teachings, into sunnah. Okay, I guess things happen in life. Okay, so Sahih. Let me just pull this reference real quick. Hold on, what? I mean, some sunnahs here is a little bit. It's a logic game. Let me see if I can. What? Yeah, this is about the dressing aspect. Okay, it's about the shoes and dressing aspect. So let's see what Sunnah is teaching us about this. Okay, so is there something that you posted? It's something else. Sunnah al-Bukhari. What did I write? Bukhari 58, 25, 58. Oh, I did 58, 52. But okay, so 58, 25. We'll go over this one next. But what is this? Sunnah. Let me see if I got this right. I accidentally stumbled on this one, but this Sunnah caught my attention. So look what it says. Allah's messenger forbade that muhrim should wear clothes dyed with saffron or wars, and said, whoever has no shoes can put on cuffs. Cuffs are socks made from thick fabric or leather. So they can put on, so whoever has no shoes, they can put on this special socks. After cutting those socks below the ankles? Can you tell me why to put the socks on if you're gonna cut them below the ankles and still be without the shoes? Am I missing something? Like, okay, sure, you put on those socks and then what? You cut around your ankle and whatever is below, you take it off? I mean, cut below. Am I missing something? Yo, Sunnah teachers, am I missing something? What is the logic Sunnah here? If you got no shoes, then put on socks that is from thick fabric or leather, but put on those socks after you cut them below the ankle. This seems like some IQ 60 sunnah to me, unless I'm not really getting it. Why? This is some sunnah. Okay, so but let's go back to the other one. Okay. So this is probably the one you're. Okay, so you're referencing. I have not seen any woman suffering as much as the believing woman. Look, her skin is greener than her clothes. Come on, what is this? Okay, so there it is. There's the sunnah. Okay, so narrated Ikrima. Rafa divorced his wife, whereupon, again, we're reading Islamic Sunnah. We are reading Islamic teaching. Now, you tell me if hadiths make Islam look good or bad. What do you think? I'm just reading Islamic Sunnah, right from their sources. And now let's discuss it. Okay, so Rafa divorced his wife, whereupon Abdur Rahman bin whatever married her. Aisha said that the lady came wearing a green veil and complained to Aisha of her husband and showed her a green spot on her skin caused by beating. It was the habit of ladies to support each other. Support each other in what? I wonder. In concealing this, or hold on, let me just read, I guess. So when Allah's messenger came, Aisha said, I have not seen any woman suffering as much as the Sunnah woman. I'm sorry, Muslim woman. I'm sorry that you find yourself in such a sunnah. I'm sorry. I definitely do not recommend you to stay in such a sunnah. I don't. If you think it's okay to actually suffer more, like you're a believing woman, if you think it's okay to suffer more than the unbelieving woman from your own husband because your sunnah is teaching this to be okay, I genuinely am sorry. That's another Islamic dilemma that you've found yourself in, where you became, according to your own sunnah, you somewhat became a punching bag. Her skin is greener than her clothes. So the reason why she's wearing green clothes is so that, to hide her beatings. So that, her skin would blend in and it would be less noticeable. Her skin is greener than her clothes. When whatever this is, heard that his wife had gone to the Prophet, he came with 2 sons from another wife. She said, by Allah, I have done no wrong to him, but he is impotent and is as useful to me as this, holding and showing the fringe of her garment. This guy says, by Allah, O Allah's messenger, she has told a lie. So this woman is saying that he is, unable to please her. So he's not pleasing her, instead he's beating her. Okay. That's sunnah. So she has told a lie. I'm very strong and can satisfy her, but she is disobedient and wants to go back to Rafa. Allah's messenger said to her, if that is your intention, then know that it is unlawful for you to remarry Rafa, unless this guy has had sexual intercourse with you. Isn't this guy her husband? Hold on, what? Hold on, what? So she's calling this guy to be just not able to have sex. Now, this guy is actually saying that she's lying and he can easily satisfy her. That's not a problem. And she's just disobedient and wants to go to her ex-husband. Because it looks like her ex-husband was able to satisfy her more. And Muhammad says, if that is your intention, then no, it is unlawful for you to remarry Rafa. So you cannot, if that is your intention, you actually cannot go. He is saying this to a woman. You're not allowed to go back to Rafa unless your current husband has sexual intercourse with you. So have sex with your husband and then you can go back to your former husband. So the advice of Muhammad is, hey woman, slut around. Have a little bit of sliding here, then go back, have a little bit of sliding over there. Just slide around a bit. What? Where have you ever seen a prophet of God advising a woman to be a slut? Sleep around with this guy, sleep around with this guy, and then with this guy, and everybody else around. Where do you see this? Then the prophet saw two boys with this guy and asked him, are these your sons? And this guy said, yes. The prophet said, you claim what you claim. But by Allah, these boys resemble him as a crow resembles a crow. Okay, I'm not going to get into commenting the last part. But yeah, this is sunnah. Let's see if we get any more sunnahs here. Because y'all just throwing them at me today. Yeah, this I'm telling you, you look at the sunnah. Like, sunnah is official Islamic teaching. You go through sunnah and you'll have two options. Either walk with your hair just sticking up, because you'll be so shocked of what Islamic teaching really is. Or you have to go nearly bald like me. Because my hair are sticking up so much that I cannot put him down anymore, so just cut them off, you know? Or else look like a punk. So I just cut him off. Sunnah made all my hair get up. Like, what? And if you continue to read over Sunnah, that's what you find in it. And Muslims proudly, like the style captain, he's proudly saying that this Sunnah that we are reading is their official teaching. They ought to live by these teachings. Like, you cannot be, you seriously cannot be a true Muslim in 2026. You can't. It's impossible. You're going to jail. If you become a true Muslim in 2026, your sunnah will send you to jail. Oh, we're talking about the Islamic sunnah, and I guess it's because I don't care about the Palestinians. I mean, that is the topic of today's day, is Islamic dilemma, and Islamic sunnah actually caused the Islamic dilemma. And Islamic dilemma has actually caused a lot of wars around the globe. Islamic dilemma caused those issues. You want to see? You want to see if God was right or not? Here, let me show you. Whatever just happened. 16, let's go to 10. Stop. Okay, let me reload my Bible app because something is going on with it. It doesn't want to work. All right, let me just adjust it real quick. Okay, so where was it? Genesis chapter 16. Look what the angel of the Lord says. This is found in Torah. Again, this is not, dear people, this is not my words. I'm just reading to you what the angel of the Lord says, okay? Okay, so this is found in Torah. An angel of the Lord says to her, her is Ishmael's mom, Hagar. Behold, you are with child, and you shall bear a son, and you shall call his name Ishmael. Okay? So, just to make it clear, get it out of the way, it's about Ishmael. An angel of the Lord is prophesying. He's telling this to Ishmael's mom. Okay, so because the Lord has heard your affliction. Look what the Lord is saying about Ishmael. He shall be a wild man. Please help me to understand how should I take this as. So Ishmael shall be a wild man. Now I'm applying this to Ishmael and all the descendants. This is pretty much the whole line of Ishmael. So Ishmael people and descendants will be wild people. How should I understand wild? What should I compare it with? How should I understand wild? Besides more like cavemen, more like barbaric type of thing. Besides that, if my understanding is not right, let me know. So Ishmael and all his descendants, his line, will be a wild man. Now Ishmael shall be against every man. Oh, so you're saying, angel of the Lord just said that Ishmael is going to be starting fights everywhere. Ishmael is going to be the one who will be provoking people to fighting. He'll be literally provoking. It's like taking a stick and poking a sleeping bear. Ishmael will have such wisdom that will result him in poking a sleeping bear. Poking a sleeping bear with a stick. And making funny noises and laughing about while he's poking at a sleeping bear. Bear is in hibernation. He's trying to get his rest. But Ishmael will be such person who will have such great wisdom that, poking a sleeping bear. Let's continue. And every man's hand against him. Oh. And then once, that sleeping bear gets sick and tired of poke, then sleeping bear arises and annihilates Ishmael. No, he doesn't annihilate Ishmael actually. Why? Because Ishmael shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of pushback against Ishmael, a lot of pushback. Everybody around the globe will be pushing back against Ishmael. But guess what? They will not be able to annihilate Ishmael. Ishmael will still be around. Ishmael, the one who causes issues all over the place, he's still going to be around. He still will be poking a sleeping bear. And then the sleeping bear will arise and push back in an extreme way. And that's what we have. That's what we see with Palestinians and Gaza. Exactly that. Where Ishmael, the side without wisdom, like a wild man side, without wisdom, Hamas, they're poking a sleeping bear. And they literally arose a sleeping bear. And now they go save the ones that are poking a sleeping bear. Save them from that sleeping bear. Please, please, please. They were poking the sleeping bear, but now let's save them from that bear when they finally irritated that bear enough. Maybe don't poke the sleeping bear? Maybe stop going against people and starting fights all over the place? Stop provoking people to fighting you? Maybe stop doing that? Ishmael? Maybe? Because, I mean, if you'll continue to poke the sleeping bear, the bear will get up against you, as it says in the Bible. It's literally, that's what's going to happen. Yo, keep the gospel. You really like them. You really like the hadiths, I see. You really like them hadiths. You really like them hadiths. Let me find where this is at. I mean, hadiths is one of those, like, little, it's gonna make your hair stand up. How crazy the book is. How crazy. And then it's sunnah. It's their teaching. I'm telling you, Islam is not for 2026. I'm just throwing this out there. Islam is literally not for 2026. It simply cannot be. Like, you cannot be okay in a head believing and defending what we read, what we went through today. You cannot be okay in a head. Those type of people that actually live that lifestyle as we read today in the Sunnah, they sit in jail. They literally sit in jail. So it's not for 2026. No. It's impossible. Okay, so Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim. You wanna have some fun? You want to have some fun? Sit down, read some hadiths. Just make sure you don't go crazy. What? Okay. Okay, so chapter 7. The Book of Suckling. Dear Muslim woman, this we will read some teaching, some sunnah, the Islamic teaching on how to breastfeed an adult. How to breastfeed an adult. Dear woman, I hope that this adult is, well, hopefully your husband. Hopefully your husband. I mean, breastfeeding somebody else is like, what? What? Oh. I don't know. Let's read. Okay, so Aisha, Allah be pleased with her. Man, I'm pleased with this girl, okay? I'm pleased. Aisha makes things fun. Dear people, Aisha, y'all will not have true Islam without Aisha. You just simply will not have true Islam without Aisha. Aisha is the best Islamic character that there is. By far the best. Superseding even Muhammad himself. She made Islam fun. Extremely fun. It was all her. All benefits, all applause to Aisha. Okay, so, oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure Allah is pleased with Aisha. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so Aisha reported that Sakhla bin Sahel came to Allah's apostle and said, Messenger of Allah, I see on the face of Abu Khadfiyah signs of disgust on entering of Salim, who is an ally, into our house. Whereupon Allah's apostle said, Muslim woman, if you see a disgust, if a man is coming inside of your house, like if let's say a family friend, whatever, maybe your husband's co-worker, whatever, maybe your neighbor, whatever. Dear Muslim woman, according to Sunnah, if a man walks inside of your house and you see disgust all over his face, don't worry. There's a way out. Just come up to him, embrace him, take your boob out, and just breastfeed him. The disgust is going to go away. That's the recommendation that you have. That's the sunnah that you have. That's the teaching that you have. If a man comes into your house, just again, and he's disgusted to be in your house, in order, how can you make this man to be more welcomed inside of your own home? How? Well, he needs to be breastfed by you. So you know what to do. Go at it. Look, this is Sunnah. This is Islamic teaching. I'm not making this up, okay? It may sound like I'm making fun of Islam. I'm reading. Islam is making fun of themselves. I'm reading. That is all I'm doing. Islam is making fun of themselves. Aisha is making fun of Muhammad. Literally embarrassing the whole Islam. She's the best character that Islam has. The best character. Without Aisha, again, Islam would be boring. We would not find out the true Muhammad. Okay, so Muhammad says, suckle him. She said, how can I suckle him as he is a grown man? Even that woman was surprised, like, what? Bro, Muhammad, you're walking around with semen on your clothes, and your advice is to breastfeed adult men? What kind of fetish do you have? I hope I'm using proper words here. What kind of fetish do you have, Muhammad? Walking around with semen? Being breastfed? Advising a woman to breastfeed adult strangers? Like, look, give the gospel of Jesus, okay. You're a human based on your picture. Do you think it's okay just to kind of make a man feel welcomed in your house by breastfeeding him? I'm sorry, this is funny. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but do you think, like think about it earlier that we discussed, Muhammad is walking around with semen on his clothes. Do you think it's okay to come home, like in today's day, right? You, me. Do you think it's okay where I or you, at the end of our workday, come home and we have semen spots all over our clothes? Do you think it's okay? Do you think, as I asked you earlier, Captain, if you're still around, but Style, if you're still around, as I asked you earlier, do you personally think it's okay that, let's say, you are in your class and your teacher walks in with semen spots all over him? Semen spots. And it smells like semen like crazy in your classroom. Do you personally think it's okay in 2026? Was that ever okay? I mean, how perverted the nation has to be for this to be okay? People walking around with semen on their clothes. How perverted the nation has to be. Where they cannot even hold it in. Same thing with this one. Maybe that's the reason why men have semen all over their clothes, because during the day many women are breastfeeding them. Men learn a trick. Hey, if you wanna be breastfed by a woman, all you gotta do is just look at her in a disgusting way, and she's gonna embrace you and breastfeed you. Is this the loophole to be breastfed? And maybe some men got breastfed like 10 times in one day. No wonder they were covered in semen. Like, is Islam all about breastfeeding and being covered in semen? Again, that's Sunnah. That's Sunnah. Sunnah itself is destroying the reputation of Islam. Sunnah itself. I'm just reading. I'm innocent here. I'm literally, I claim my innocence. I'm just reading. I'm showing y'all the Islamic dilemma. Let me throw this out there. You got a question or a claim? You can put it in the comments. Or if you want to talk, just show me that what I'm reading is actually not accurate. Maybe there's some kind of a sunnah that, not this. Then you can click on the link. I've pinned a comment. There's a link. The link, it looks like this right here. You click on the link, it'll take you to the website where we have the studio room at. Then I'll be able to connect you to the stage and we can have a conversation. But until then, let's continue to look at the sunnahs. Because sunnah is one of the places that is one of the things that actually exposes and amplifies Islamic dilemma. What do I mean by this? Well, what we just went over. Prophet, the highest example in the land, walking around with semen all over his clothes. Like, this is Islamic dilemma. This is not normal at all. It needs to be removed from society. So yes, Sunnah is amplifying Islamic dilemma. Okay, so next. What's up? I want to read and decide. Both may be King James or ESV or Quran Abdel. Yeah, I read NKJV. That's the translation I read. So if you wanna you wanna read ESV, you wanna read KJV, King James is more older English. It's gonna be, for me, since I'm Russian, English is my second language. It's gonna be harder for me to grasp onto King James, but New King James works for me. Help me. But yeah. Let's see here. Listen to Libiano. Is Libiano talking about the Sunnah? Is Libiano actually holding such Sunnah? Dear people, I actually feel like a sheikh right now. I actually feel like a sheikh. I'm teaching Islam to whomever's watching. I'm actually reading you what Islam says. I feel like a sheikh. So is Libiano actually a sheikh? Is he teaching you about the Sunnah? Like, I'm actually teaching the Sunnah. Is Libiano teaching the Sunnah? If he's not teaching the Sunnah, Muslims, you don't need to listen to Libiano at all. Because don't you want to know more about your Sunnah? So come to the people that are teaching the Sunnah. And hey, we're reading the Sunnah together. So we're looking over the Sunnah. Thank you for tuning in and just looking into the Sunnah with me. Libiano helped many confused people see the truth, as he is an expert on the Bible and knows it inside out. Oh wow. He's one of the people that is all over the place. Literally all over the place. I mean, when he pops such things as Jesus is like part of the Most High or something like that, it's kind of weird to listen, because he's actually on the Shirkalicious train quite often. Libiano is like all over Shirkalicious train, literally. He really loves that shirk. He really loves it. Yes, the Orthodox Muslim, Libiano. All right. Oh, you just okay. He knows Bible. He knows Bible inside out. Yeah, he knows how to twist the Bible inside out. He really does. His explanation of the Bible is literally as unliteral as it gets. Oh wow. Give me some of the passages that the Christian was misquoting that Libiano caught. Give me some of those passages. So let's see what those passages mean. Hey, thanks for participating. Even though your suggestions about Libiano is terrible, because you know the type of scholar that he is. Yeah, I mean, look, you're correct. Your own Bible in the book of Genesis says that Ishmael will be blessed by God and he will be a great nation. You're correct. Look what it says. Let me give you the whole context. Don't just rip two words out of the context. Right here. So look. Then the angel of the Lord said to her, to Hagar, I will multiply your descendants exceedingly, so that they shall not be counted for multitude. So they're not going to be blessed in essence, they're just going to be multiplied. So your blessing is slightly false. They're just going to be multiplied. There's going to be a bunch of Ishmaelites running around. But what will those Ishmaelites be doing? What? Well, according to the angel of the Lord, Ishmaelites will be wild people, like basically cavemen, barbaric. And Ishmaelites' hands will be against every man. That's what the angel of the Lord is saying, that Ishmaelites will be provoking people to wars. And people, every man's hand will be against him. So yes, people will be pushing back against the Ishmaelites. And Ishmael will be dwelling in the presence of all his brethren. So the only blessing that Ishmael is getting is that he will not be able to be destroyed. God is not going to allow his annihilation to happen. That's it. I mean, there's going to be a lot of them. They're going to be poking. People will stand up against them. take the numbers down a bit. Then they're going to multiply a lot again because they're very sexually oriented. I mean, they're walking around with semen on their clothes. It's already weird. So they're going to multiply again, extremely a lot. So once they multiply again, history is going to repeat itself, where the Ishmaelites will be poking. Then the sleeping bear arises, stomps on them again, but not destroys them. And it's just going to be repeated in history. Just same thing over and over again. Same thing over and over again. Ishmaelite is poking the bear. Bear arises, stomps the Ishmaelite, not destroys them. Ishmaelite over time recovers, recoups, rises again, pokes the bear. Bear arises, stomps the Ishmaelite again, and over and over and over and over again. That's going to be the future of Ishmaelites. Blessed by God? Do you really think this is a blessing? I just want to throw this out there. Do you really think that this is a blessing? Being a person who will be provoking people to fight, and then people will be pushing back at you, stomping on your head to push you out and to get rid of you. I mean, that's what Muhammad was doing all the time. And whenever Muhammad would actually enter into a city, the first thing, and Muslims cry, persecution, persecution, persecution. Well, no duh. Muhammad would enter into a city claiming that he's a prophet, expecting that people would give him the keys of the city. Instead of people giving him the keys of the city, the rulership of the city, they pushed him away from the city. Some people succeeded, but Muhammad then would return with men of war. Let's talk. Please help me explain verse 31:17. Prophet similar to Moses, but bro, is this what you're getting from Libiano? Ali, is this what you're getting from Libiano? The understanding of the Bible in such a way? In your Bible talks of the coming of a prophet similar to Moses, but from a line of Ishmael? Wow. Let me pull you up that verse. Okay, so this is what the Bible says. And let's see if Libiano got this correct or not. The scholar of the Bible. Okay, so the Lord your God will raise up for you a prophet like me from your midst, from your brethren. Him you shall hear according to all you desire of the Lord your God in Horeb, in the day of the assembly, saying, let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my God, nor let me see his great fire among anymore, lest I die. And the Lord said to me, what they have spoken is good. I will raise up for them a prophet like you from among their brethren, and will put my words in his mouth. And he shall speak to them all that I command him. And it shall be that whoever will not hear my words which he speaks in my name, I will require it of him. Okay, so now, does this sound like a Bible is prophesying a prophet similar, from the line of Ishmael? It says, I will raise up, the Lord your God will raise up a prophet like you, like me, from your midst, from your brethren. So Moses is saying this to the Israelites. Yahoo, Yahoo, Israelites, the Lord will raise a prophet like me. He will come from your brethren. This is what he is saying to the Israelites. Where did you see Ishmael here again? For some reason, I'm not really catching Ishmael in this passage, verbatimly or contextually. I'm not catching Ishmael. Where in the world did Libiano or you catch Ishmael? Just letting you know the type of scholar Libiano or even this alley is. They're literally twisting the Bible, claiming it says something that nowhere near. Oh yeah, and the promise to Isaac. Let me show you according to the Torah that the promise is to Isaac and not to Ishmael. Look what God, not man, God says. I think. 19, I think. All of them's depravity. No. Then it's 21. I keep on forgetting this passage. Oh, there we go. In 21. Okay. Look. So the child grew and was weaned. So this is Genesis chapter 21, starting from verse 8. So the child grew and was weaned, and Abraham made a great feast on the same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, whom she bore to Abraham, scoffing. Now we know that this is Ishmael. Therefore she said to Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, namely with Isaac. And the matter was very displeasing in Abraham's sight because of his son. Logically, Ishmael is his son. So he doesn't want to, just kick his son away. Sarah is insisting. Why? Why is Sarah insisting? Because Ishmael is, I guess, he is, what is the word? Pretending? Or he's trying to get what doesn't belong to him. He's trying to get the promise that belongs to Isaac by even putting Isaac down. So it was displeasing in Abraham's sight. But God said to Abraham. God said. Okay? God said. Now it's not Sarah, it's God. Do not let it be displeasing in your sight because of the lad or because of your bondwoman. Whatever Sarah has said to you, listen to her voice. Look what God continues on with. For in Isaac your seed shall be called. So the promise, according to God, is going to Isaac, not to Ishmael. Ishmael, on the other hand, is getting cast out. Boomst, goodbye. That's what's happening to Ishmael. Yet I will make a nation of the son of the bondwoman because he is your seed. Yes, sure. The angel of the Lord says using similar word that he's going to multiply Ishmael. Sure. So it's not like he doesn't say like, oh, I will bless him. He doesn't specify, I'll bless him. I'll whatever. There's as if there's going to be some kind of favor over Ishmael. No, the only thing is because he's your seed, there's going to be a lot of them. That's it. There's going to be a lot of them. And look what happens next. So Abraham rose early in the morning and took bread and a skin of water and put it on her shoulder. He gave it to the boy. He gave it and the boy to Hagar and sent her away. Then she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. And the water in the skin was used up, and she placed the boy, Ishmael, under one of the shrubs. Then she went and sat down across from him at a distance, so on and so forth. And look, if you want to see it, then the angel of the Lord comes. What ails you, Hagar? Fear not, for God has heard the voice of lad. Where is he? Arise, lift up your lad, and hold him with your hand, and I will make him a great nation. So again, it's not like there was this, I will bless them. God is not emphasizing on blessing him, on blessing whatsoever. All God is saying 3 different times, 3 different spots, what he's saying that there's going to be a lot of them. That's it. Okay. I want to connect real quick. Y'all want to talk about? I mean, I can jump into the numbers. I just want to see what else is there. I mean, I can jump into the numbers. It's fine. Jump into that. There's a gospels trying to pop out some. Yeah, let's jump into it. Let's jump into it. Actually, I jump in on maybe make another live stream on it. What is it? 10:25 right now. And on for 3.5 hours. Maybe. Let's see here. Let me see if there's anything more interesting. Style. What would we do without you, huh? What would we do without you? Oh man, Style. You actually have a student. You actually have a student. Good. Somebody's following your lead. Bro's running. People are running all over the place. Them both are talking. Them both, the Style and Ohio. Them both are actually talking in exactly the same terms. Wow. Style, you got a follower. Good job, dude. Okay, so 17. Okay, so you pulled up 17:20. Okay, let's go to 17:20. Genesis 17:20. So let's see here. Genesis 17:20. Okay. Okay. Ali, try to number one, catch the context in the things that you're referring to. Catch the context. What is the context? That's the first thing. But we'll go over 20 in detail too. Okay, so let's just go. Okay, so then God said to Abraham, so God speaks, okay? As for Sarah, your wife, you shall not call her name Sarah, but Sarah, I call her in the same name. If you want to separate, you can. Sarah shall be her name, and I will bless her, and also give you a son by her. Then I will bless her, and she will be a mother of nations. Kings of peoples shall come from her. Then Abraham fell on his face and laughed, and said in his heart, Shall a child be born to a man who is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, who is 90 years old, bear a child? And Abraham said to God, Oh, that Ishmael might live before you. Okay, so then God said, No, Sarah, your wife, shall bear you a son. Oh, check this out. And you shall call his name Isaac. Look what God is saying. Ali, look what God is saying. I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his descendants after him. Oh, Ali, the covenant is getting established with Isaac and his descendants. So the prophet, Deuteronomy, was it 15:18, I think, where amongst you the Lord will rise up a prophet. You know, amongst you is literally from the line of Isaac. Where did you get Ishmael? I have no clue. The promise, the covenant goes to Isaac and his descendants. So that's why I said let's read the context too. And now let's address 17:20. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. So behold, I have blessed him and will make him fruitful and will multiply him exceedingly. Okay? So the only blessing that Ishmael is getting is not, the only blessing he's getting is many people. That's it. He's not getting anything else. The only thing that he's getting, according to all the passages, many people. But a covenant blessing is not going to Ishmael. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The real blessing, the covenant, the knowledge of God is not going to Ishmael. Ishmael building Kaaba means nothing because Ishmael was not even under covenant with God. So him building Kaaba means nothing. He just literally built an idol worship center. That is all he has done. Nothing special about Kaaba. Why? Because the covenant between God and God's people is with Isaac. And the promised prophet is going to be from the line that God has a covenant with. As for Ishmael, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him and will make him fruitful and will multiply him exceedingly. He shall beget 12 princesses and I will make him into a great nation. So the only verbiage is again a lot of people. That's it. A lot of people that will be poking a sleeping bear, and then the sleeping bear will arise and push back against them. That's it. There's nothing else for Ishmael from God. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac. I hope that makes clear. Crystal clear that the covenant, the promised prophet, is not going to come from the line of Ishmael. No, it's gonna come from the line with whom God has entered into a covenant. Isaac, whom Sarah shall bear you at this said time. Sorry, dude. There's no promised prophet anywhere to be found from the line of Ishmael. The line of Ishmael is more of a get out of here line. Not according to me. The line of Ishmael is the line according to the flesh, not according to the promise of God. Not according to me. We just read this. Sorry, dude. Ishmael, all Ishmael will have is a lot of people that will be provoking others around the globe. That's it. No knowledge of God, no blessing, no wisdom, just bunch of people that will be provoking others on planet Earth. That's according to the Torah. If you see an actual blessing, covenantal blessing with Ishmael, let me know. All I see from all the passages, what we read, 3 different passages, I believe. It's going to be a lot of people in each passage. That's it. There's a lot of comments again. Who's timing who out? Who's timing who out? Running from a boss. Who's running from who? Shit. This guy is you're interesting on You're interesting. You became a twin of Style Captain. Style Bender, Style Captain became his twin. Style, come on. Never said this. And wants a single care to Palestinian Christian even. I never said this. I'm talking about the line of Ishmael. You know, all the Palestinians that became Christian, they have exited out. Any Muslim that becomes Christian, they exit from the line of Ishmael. Any Muslim that leaves Islam for Christianity, there's one Ishmaelite less to provoke people of the planet, according to the Torah. Okay. You're a Christian. How dare you? Oh, if you definitely are a Christian that follows a Style Captain. I'll tell you this for sure. You definitely are one of them. There's a lot of tears coming out. A lot of tears. I did. I did explain this verse many times. I don't really know what this verse is about, honestly speaking. Maybe. I mean, I know the passages from the Bible if you present the passage to me, but if you just give me a reference to the passage, I may not know exactly what it says. So maybe, maybe not. Okay, let's hear. Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Who's timing you out? Like, bro, time me out again. I don't know who's timing you out, bro. I really do not know who's timing out. I'm actually going over the comments right now. You think I can keep up with all of them? There's probably, what is it about? I have I'm streaming on 3 different platforms, on YouTube, Gig, and Rumble. And all 3 different platforms are actually connected into one platform, and all the comments that are on any of those 3 platforms. And on YouTube, I got a mobile version and a desktop too. So from 4 different sides, comments are keep on inflowing. So I'm not even going over every comment. I'm just seeing if there's any interesting that need to be addressed. Okay, so I guess somebody is explaining that passage, but that passage is not hard to explain. We're more on an Islamic dilemma this time around. If you think that the Christians have a dilemma, okay, so I'm not gonna be online on Sunday. This Sunday I'm not gonna be online. There's not gonna be a live stream on Sunday. Usually I am online around 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sundays. So my days are usually either Friday or Saturday. It just depends what's going on Friday or on Saturday. So that is the only day that is the only live stream that I jump between the day, the Friday or Saturday. If it's on Friday, it's usually at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If it's on Saturday, it's usually in the morning, maybe around 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then the second live stream that I usually do is on Sunday, and I stick to Sunday. Sunday one is around at 2 p.m. and I stick to Sunday. But this time around, Sunday live stream will not happen. Why? Because it's Mother's Day in United States. We celebrate Mother's Day this Sunday, and I actually want to go spend time with my mama. So that's why there will not be a live stream on Sunday. But I'll be back on Monday. On Monday, it's set in stone as well. Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will look into John chapter 14. And every Monday for the past, 13 Mondays now, we've been diving into the Gospel of John, 1 chapter at a time. And just literally in-depthly breaking it down, trying to figure out how John is presenting Jesus to be. So it's very interesting, honestly speaking. It's very interesting. The things that Jesus has done, that Jesus, the small little manipulations that Jesus has done, those invisible manipulations that nobody even understands about, that he has done, led to some very interesting results. Like, very interesting. Jesus is awesome. Literally, he knows what he's doing. The only one, he knows what he's doing. Muhammad, I mean, you want to see that Muhammad is a joke? Just jump into Islamic Sunnah, and you'll see that Muhammad is a clown. That's it. Is a clown. Okay, so y'all are taking care of that. Why spare? Okay, well that's Islamic Dilemma. So I just want to throw this out there. Hit that like, and subscribe to the channel. And if you have a question or a claim more towards Islamic Dilemma today, I like to stay more on topic.
more on topic. I usually do the open conversation, like open topic on Sundays. I might be live tomorrow around 11 a.m. just to compensate for the Sunday live stream, but I'm not 100% sure just yet. I do not know what my tomorrow is looking like just yet. That's why. But I may be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. If I will be live, then it's going to be the same topic as Sundays. And on Sundays, a general topic that I like to hold is you think the Bible is corrupt? Or if you have any questions for a Christian, you're welcome to bring them up. So, so during that time, such things as, hey, what is this numbers? What's the passage? Numbers, what is it? 31:17, I think it was. Yeah, 31:17. What does Numbers 31:17 mean? I'll be looking into Numbers 31:17 on. If I'll be live tomorrow, I can look at it. If you'll come back, just remind me, and I can look into Numbers. If not tomorrow, then following Sunday. Following Sunday, we should not be having a. No, hold on. Let me just double check the calendar real quick, cause. Yeah, so following Sunday I'll be online, and then if I will not be online tomorrow, then the following Sunday I can go in depth about Numbers. What is it? 31:17, I think it was. So I can go in depth on that passage. Today, I don't really want to go in depth on that passage. I want to stay more towards. More according to the topic, Islamic Dilemma. And today, yes, we have seen how there's so much Sunnah teachings that amplify Islamic Dilemma. That's why I personally respect, this is just my personal respect, a Quran only Muslim. Because I think Sunnah is the number one enemy of Islam. Sunnah. Hadiths are, so Muslims claim that if you want to understand Quran, read the Hadiths. What I came to realize, if you want the Quran to be destroyed in your mind, if you want the reputation of Quran, reputation of Muhammad, reputation of Allah to be literally annihilated in your mind, then read the Hadiths. If you want the Muslim dilemma to amplify in your mind, then do read the Hadiths. Each time you read the Hadith, you'll see how you'll be like, what is going on here? How am I supposed to understand this? You'll see. That's just how it is. And the more you recite the Quran, the faster and the harder your heart gets. So don't try to recite the Quran. Stay on the softer heart side. And look, I pulled this up in Sunnah. Sunnah. What I'm telling you right now is written in Sunnah. We went over it a little earlier. We went over it. You got a question. What question do you have? If it's about numbers, 31, whatever, 17, I can go over it with you when I'll be having that topic. But hey, it looks like I don't need to explain it to you. It looks like you got some good explanation here already. Gotta read carefully what the people are saying. There's a great explanation you got here. All I got to do is read. Observe that question, Ohio. See, what did you say? See, you are not trying to learn one question. You're not sincere. Going on and on, going on and on. Learn one, and right after that, we get this. Please, someone answer it here, please. Hey, Ohio, look. I see there's some nice answers by God so loved the world. And also by give the gospel of Jesus. I see some nice answers. Why aren't you accepting them? Why are you saying that you still have a question? Why are you saying that someone please answer your question? Yeah, exactly. Look. Do you read the comments? Well, you're asking a simple question, but bro, are you reading the answer in the comments? Or are you kind of shrugging the answers off and trying to say that nobody is trying to explain anything? Oh, I'm not gonna, bro. I'm not gonna go over this. I already told you I'm not gonna go over this. I like to stay more aligned to the topic. And when I told you when I will answer this, I told you either if I'll be on tomorrow around 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, then I'll answer this because I'll hold this type of topic tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Sunday is off because of Mother's Day, and the following Sunday. So just give it another week. Nothing's gonna happen. Come back with the same question. I'll expound on it. But yeah, I'm not gonna expand on it today. But thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Give the gospel of Jesus. I appreciate you. God so loved the world. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you to both of them. To both of you. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Because I don't want to go into this. I'll probably be getting off right now, jumping off right now, and I'll see. Maybe I'll be able to hold a live stream tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. Hey, I agree with you too. You can count me into in with that too. I agree with you. After a couple of answers, some people just need to look into it and study on their own and just sit down and think. Thank you. Hey, thank you for all the sunnahs that you threw out. Thank you for the sunnahs. I read some of them already, but it's good to go over all of them too. So thank you for all the sunnahs. We're able to look into the teachings of true Islam. But dear Muslim, is it okay to walk around the whole day with clothes covered in semen? Come home with spots of semen all over your clothes? Is that okay? I'll leave you with this one today. Do you really think it's okay? Like, a wife, are you gonna be okay? I mean, wouldn't you question your husband if your husband... I'm sorry. Wife, wouldn't you question your husband if your husband actually would come home after work and there's spots of semen all over him? Wouldn't you question what was he doing? Wouldn't you think to yourself that he's mentally off. He's actually went cuckoo. Wouldn't you think that to yourself? Yes, style captain. I read NKJV translation. NKJV is New King James. New. And the difference between NKJV and KJV is KJV has Old English words. NKJV has the words that we use in today's day. KJV uses words and sentences that they used about 600 years ago or so. 600 years ago. NKJV uses the words that they used in today's day. They're literally the same. I read KJV too. I read KJV. And it's a matter of which version of English do you prefer. It's not which Bible version you prefer, because there's many texts, many meanings, many doctrines. No, it's literally which version of English do you prefer? Do you prefer a version of English that was 500 years, 600 years ago, or do you prefer a version of English that we use in today's day? It's just, don't make it complicated. Don't make it so hard. Don't burden yourself and people around. Just make it simple. Like, same thing, yeah. Like, which Quran? There's Hafs version, there's Warsh version, there's like few different versions of Quran. Which Quran? Which Quran? Which? Oh, and by the way, these versions of Quran, they're actual versions of Quran. They're actual different versions of Quran where the meanings get changed. We don't really find this in a translated Bible, where the meanings, the doctrine is getting changed. Do 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 do. If you are beginning, get a children's Bible. Yeah, there's a ICB. There's also International's Children's Bible, ICB. I read that, and that's actually a very good translation to start with. I agree with you. Like, literally, I agree with you. That's probably one of the best translations to start with, because that translation is literally as simple as it gets. As simple as it gets. Yeah, ICB. Macros, Old English. Yeah. Well, thank you again for everybody's participation. Thank you for hanging out with me. I think I'm going to be jumping off. I will try to be back online tomorrow. And tomorrow, again, if I'll be back online tomorrow, it's going to be 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think that there's a great chance it might work. So tomorrow we'll talk. If you have any questions about the Bible, even if you're a troll, you want to troll questions about the Bible, let's go at it too. I'm okay with that too. Why? I'm okay with even trolling questions about the Bible. Why? Well, because even through trolling questions about the Bible, we can get to know what the truth is. Each time we talk about the Bible, each time we discuss the Bible, each time we break it down, we literally are getting to know who God is. That is the truth. So that's why. That's why. I'll try tomorrow. I'm not sure where you are from, Ohio. If you're from Ohio, then you're probably Eastern Pacific time. If you're from United States, Ohio, then you're probably Eastern Pacific time. I'm from California, so I'm Pacific Standard Time. I'll shoot for 11 a.m. Just subscribe to the channel, enable the notifications, and if I'll be able to be on, I'll schedule the live stream usually like an hour before it happens, okay? So that everybody would, or some people would have some time if they want to jump on. Thank you again, guys. Thank you again. Thank you again. Our chef Style, thank you for joining in. Thank you for baking some eggs. Your thank you so much. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you. Just thank you. Thank you for all the great comments. Thank you for tuning in, hanging out, and I'll see you tomorrow. God, what's the newsflash? Paul just dropped an update in the Bible. That's the final newsflash we will have of tonight. Paul just dropped an update in the Bible. The very Paul that left our planet before 100 AD. That's what I think. Before 100 AD. He just dropped a new update. Just now. He left about 2,000 years ago, but just now he decided to drop an update. That's Muslim logic equals Muslim dilemma. And until I'll see you guys again. Muslims, you stand no ground. You stand literally no hope in enjoying Muslim dilemma. You just don't. So abandon that Muslim dilemma and just come to Christ. He will set your mind free from all them potholes that you keep on jumping in. He'll set your mind free. And to everybody else, Muslims included, stay blessed. Stay blessed.